And
Jill. Back up in this bitch, man. We just want to come in here and talk a little noise and kick it a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Have a little live stream and shit, because we didn't have no fights really going on this weekend. But we just had the Super Bowl, man. That shit was a good ass game, man. Square bit. Let me find the stream real quick. Turn the volume down. But yeah, man, that was a awesome game. But what you was saying? You saying you was frustrated when they didn't call that pass interference when
hell,
old boy scored on Ramsey.
hell yeah, that shit was clear as day. Motherfucker pulled that motherfucking face mask all the way around and got away with that shit. I said, oh, this is gonna be a bad game. It was a few penalties they blown that wasn't blown, but at the end they started calling them motherfuckers. They probably got a phone call or something.
Nah, that it was a makeup call because they missed that call on Ramsey. So that holding call that they called on the linebacker against Cooper Cup in the late in the fourth quarter in the red zone, that was a
Yeah.
makeup call. I would call it for it too. I was like, let me get a makeup call, ref. You know what I'm saying?
Trey Weather, salute. King of Kings, salute. What's good, bro?
Salute, man. What's going down with y'all? What y'all boys do for Super Bowl Sunday? Shit, I was just over here chilling, man. Smoking some, watching the game. You know what I'm saying? That was a good game, man. I'm gonna tell you though, man. I was real crunk at first. Like I was energetic. I'm up talking shit, first down and all this kind of stuff. But when them Cincinnati Bengals, when they went on that long drive at the end of the second quarter, when they made it 10-13, because it was 13-3, and they made it 10-13. That took me out of the game for a while. I ain't lying, man, because the way they were just methodically going down the field. I like defense, man. I like you to go out there and get them off the field. And they went on that long touchdown drive, man. That shit there. That shit made me go lay down somewhere for a while. Cause I was rolling with them Rams, man. Had me a little gentleman bet. Moody Trayweather said he had them Bengals, man. Hey, you know, they gotta pay their dues, man. I was just sitting up here thinking, like before the game, I was like, man, we ain't never had a second year quarterback, number one pick, take his team to the Super Bowl. And then you got this freshman wide receiver. And I'm like, man, this is a hell of a story. I'm like, man, stories don't get that good. Shit, you know what I'm saying? Moody Trayweather said, but the motherfuckers started getting penalized in the fourth quarter. I don't remember a whole bunch of penalties in the fourth quarter. I just remember that I do remember a couple of holding penalties. Yeah, I forgot. Yeah, they did get some hold. They got a pass interference.
That pass interference was what hurt their ass. That one, that offset penalty too. Remember the holding by the arm,
Yup.
and then it was a what was that personal foul, unnecessary roughness and shit. On
Yup, in the back of the end zone.
that fucked them too. Those three penalties right there. Gil Cole, salute, bro. What's happening?
Salute. Yeah, man. The Rams held it down, man. I was happy to see Aaron Donald go out there and go get him one, man, because I like Aaron Donald as a football player, man. He's tough coming off that line. And I like the way he got fired up because he had pushed Barrow out of bounds. And Barrow offensive line tried to take up for him. And that kind of fired up Aaron Donald. You know what I'm saying? But I was like, man, I wish you would have had that fire lit the whole game. But hey, better late than never.
Hey, you know what had me hot though? These motherfuckers couldn't gain a yard on rushing, bro. And this motherfucker kept on running that goddamn ball. No play action, no nothing. At least fool them. You know what I'm saying? Throw off the defense or something. He kept running the damn ball. This dude couldn't get a yard.
See, but I actually like that though. Because some coaches they'll abandon the run completely and just start throwing. They'll have a quarterback throw 40, 50 times in a game. You know what I'm saying? But he got some experience. He done been to the Super Bowl before. He already lost one. You know what I'm saying? So he got some experience and shit. He knew he had to kind of stay with the run to have the threat of the run. So whenever he do decide to play action or something, he can have some kind of reaction. Because if he just sit back and just throw that bitch, the defense can pin their ears back and come get your quarterback. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I ain't mad about the run. I'm saying mixing it up. That's like in boxing, you throw feints. That play action would be a feint because they already, you know what I'm saying? They already intended on stopping that run. They smothering that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Hey, salute to Rob Stewart. Salute, bro. Gil Coles in the super chat. Appreciate you.
Appreciate that. Yeah, appreciate this. He say salute to the Los Angeles Rams for winning the Super Bowl. Absolutely. Yeah, salute to Robert Stewart, man. What's going on? He say salute to the Rams. Yeah, they went out there and out of their business, man. Marlo said he won him a bet. I won me a little gentleman bet.
Hell yeah, I want me a little hot 70, man. 50 from one, 20 from another, man, at the job.
I just bet me a hot little $20 with my OG partner Ernest Davis. But I bet him that and some bragging rights. You know what I'm saying? That's what I was happy about because I get to talk shit another day. You know what I'm saying?
Junior the Super Dog, salute, bro.
Salute. What's going down? Yo, Cole say salute to the Rams for being the second team to win the Super Bowl at home. Absolutely. Yeah, man. Hey, but I ain't gonna lie though, man. When I had looked at the numbers for the Bengals, I saw that they was playing some good defense on the road. They was giving up 0.27 points per play, and they was plus 0.33 average margin of victory on the road. I mean, home road dichotomy on the road. So that made me kind of nervous, you know what I'm saying? And they defense did show up to this game. They front seven played like a motherfucker. They stopped that run all night long. What you about to say, bro?
I was Gil back in the super chat. Appreciate you, bro. I was like, Gil did say, he said, on second thought, I don't want the Rams to win because he didn't want to be no other team to win the Super Bowl at home. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Rob Stewart said the team I wanted to win won. Happy for OBJ, Donald, and Ramsey. Yeah, for sure, man. But OBJ, he was a pretty good contributor. He did score a touchdown in the game, but I know that he would have wanted to play the whole game though. And me personally, I think if he would have played the whole game, I don't think it would have been that close. And also, if they wouldn't have cheated Jalen Ramsey on that fucking face mask, I don't think it would have been that close. I think that the Rams could have beat them by 10 at least. And plus, they missed that damn they missed the extra point in the first half too, man. That shit had me kind of frustrated, you know what I'm saying? Because it gave them back the momentum. Gil Cole says salute to the Buccaneers being the first team to win the Super Bowl at home, though. Yeah, they was the first.
For real. Hey, shout out to DB and Hot Mike. Salute, fam. What's good?
Salute. DV say, yeah, man, LA did the damn thing. The whole city is lit. For sure. DV said, we the motherfucking champs, goddamn me. I ain't got nothing to do with the team, man. I just picked them before the season. They was my preseason pick to win it all. You know what I'm saying? I've been sitting over here thinking who I want. Well, not who I want, but who I think is going to win next year. And right now, I'm kind of thinking about San Francisco. I know that their quarterback situation is not solid right now, but if they get that taken care of in the offseason, I think they got a shot to win because they got a hell of a defense, man. The motherfuckers play tough. They got a good running game. They got an experienced coach. I like Kyle Shanahan as a coach, you know what I'm saying? So for right now, I'm kind of thinking about San Francisco, but I'm going to think about it a little bit more. What's up to the OG Bruce Gold? Salute to you. Mike said I'm on the corner with my guys. Salute.
Salute. Gil Cole back in the super chat. He said, salute to Mike Stafford for being born in Tampa, Florida. For real, man.
Yeah.
It all. Him and that bad man, that motherfucker Cooper Kupp, and Sam Donald, them motherfuckers ain't no joke. Sam Donald was beasted on that line, on that defensive line.
Yeah, man. Florida, man, they keep some good football talent, man. I'm from Texas, so we known for our football talent, but we got a lot of respect for Florida. The motherfuckers be out there with all them dreadlocks and shit, running them 4.3s and 4.2s and shit. We know. Motherfucker be fast out there in Florida, man. Bruce Gold say salute Marlo'S Corner and Trey X. DB say Marlo, is it busy out there too? The hotels, bars, everything booked up over there?
No, I drive my way. Everybody in the city. Everybody up in the city, probably in Inglewood or downtown right now.
Oh, he said everything is booked up over his way. Moody Treyweather said born in Tampa but raised in Dallas. Yeah, that's what's up, man. I hope my Cowboys get back up in there next season. The only thing that worried me about the Cowboys is because when they played against the Denver Broncos, the Broncos was physical, and they went out there and punched the Cowboys in the mouth. And also when they played San Francisco is physical as well, and they punched Dallas in the mouth too. It's kind of hard for me to just get 100% sold on a team that's not physical. I like them teams that's nasty, You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of time when I pick a game, I like to think out of these two teams, who would I pick in a fight? You know what I'm saying? I know some people might be like, man, they ain't got nothing to do with football, but I just like a team that's out there hitting. You know what I'm saying? A team that's scooping and scoring, pick six. I like that kind of shit, man. Them type of teams. Mike said, I'm a Florida boy, born and raised. Gil Cole's back in the super chat. He said, here you go, Mike Hennigan. 25 to the corner, man. Goddamn, we appreciate that.
Hey, whoever put that $4 million on the Bengals, boy, I know he's mad as a motherfucker.
Oh, man, I can't remember that dude's name. Oh, man, we got some player ass subscribers. These motherfuckers make bets. And whoever lose the bet, come drop a super chat on our channel, man. We definitely appreciate y'all, motherfuckers, man. Square business.
Hell yeah, that Mike Hennigan, Jake Brown, and Gil Cole, they some motherfuckers back there.
Yeah.
Motherfuckers be betting like a motherfucker.
Robert Stewart said, I know LA is lit right now. Yeah, real shit. Bruce Gold said, I'm on some Pops, Tops, and AK-47. I ain't never heard of the Pops, Tops, OG. I don't know what that is. What is that? It's a sativa, indica, or hybrid? I got some old school Northern Lights and shit, you know what I'm saying? And I also got some Tahoe OG. That's one of my favorite strains. I just love the taste of that strain. What you got over there, bro? I know you got your something over there on Super Bowl Sunday.
Shit, I got some Skywalker. You know what I'm talking
You
about?
Skywalking on them haters tonight?
Yeah, Luke, I ain't your father.
Hey, man, where my manners, man? We got to send these motherfucking Cincinnati Bengals all right. You know what I'm saying? So let's all sing together. Hey, 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 goodbye.
You know what I'm
Na,
saying?
na, na, na. Na, 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 na. Hey, 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 goodbye. You know what I'm
Adios, my friend.
saying? Go clean out them lockers, man. Y'all come back next season to do something on the board.
Yeah,
Uh,
man. Before y'all leave, stop downtown or something, man. Patronize the city, man, the land. You know what I'm talking
yeah,
about?
go get you a big booty cinch or something. You know what I'm saying? On neighborhood crib.
Oh, look. You know what I'm saying? Stop by the Hawkins Burgers or something, man. Buy Monster Burgers or something, man. Get you something, man. Pink, what's that? Pink hot dogs, man. Pink's hot dogs or something, man.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Uh, Junior the Superdog said they fast in Florida, but San Diego has four Heisman. Who the four Heisman that come out of San Diego? I know California got a lot of talent out there too. You know what I'm saying? Salute to Pecos Bill in the chat, man. That's MZ Talk Boxing, musically zone Talk Boxing. Said that was a great game. It was a hell of a game, but it was a nail biter. Spirit of Justice, salute to you, man. What's going down? I'm gonna get to y'all comments when I get down there.
MZ, salute, bro. Salute, Spirit of Justice. Salute, St. Cruz. What's good with it, fam?
Yeah, yeah. DB, salute to you. If I ain't said it already, I don't know why it looked like that's my first time seeing that. But he say Trey X always call it down the middle. I appreciate the Rams champ stream, goddamn it. Yeah. We're gonna call it down the middle, man. Cause hey, one thing about it, when you bet your money, that shit ain't biased. You can be biased all you want to. Now, I come from a gambling background. That's why I'm always talking about the odds and all that kind of shit. And I like to win my bets too. I don't like losing. You know what I'm saying? And I'm about to make a move on this Chandler Ross. I'm locked in the top 10. At the end of next week, I'll probably be in the top 7. So hey, Gil Coles, 1, 2, X is coming for you. 3, 4, better lock your door. 5, 6, grab your crucifix. 7, 8, can you stay awake? 9, 10, never sleep again. I'm coming for your ass, boy. Square business. You only hit me about 30 something points or something, boy. That ain't enough. We got too much time. Hot Mike said I'm smoking on some black tuna. I ain't never heard of that shit, man. It's been a lot of them strains with strange names and shit. You know what I'm saying? I ain't even get on all the different types of milk and chocolate milk and all that kind of shit. You know what I'm saying? A lot of them strains with them food names, I ain't really get on them as much.
Hey, shout out to Dago. I ain't know Junior the Superdog from Dago. Dago said Junior the Superdog said 4 Heisman Trophy winner and over 360 NFL players that played in the NFL. Only one city in the country has had more players than Dago. Shout out to Dago.
So they just sound like they a quarterback factory out there because they give it to the fucking quarterback every season. Salute to St. Cruz, and that's the OG. What's going down? Let's scroll down. DB, yep. Hey, hey, hey. Goodbye. Gil Cole said for a second, I thought them Bengals had it. I thought them Bengals had it for a second too, man. When Jalen Ramsey went down, I stopped talking shit because I was off in here smoking, talking shit. But when Odell went down, man, I ain't gonna lie, a human like chill creeped up my spine for a minute. I got kind of nervous because when I looked at the numbers, the numbers were actually very very close for this team, for these two teams. I actually, without the home road dichotomy, I had the Rams as 1 point better than the Bengals. So when I lost Odell, I was like, damn, man, that might be enough to shift that shit because it was early enough in the game to make a difference. You know what I'm saying? But hey, but good thing the defense started making plays in the second half. They started getting in the backfield. They started hitting Barrow, stretched his ass out like Stretch Armstrong one time. Looked like his knee was about to snap. I was hoping that he would hurt too, nigga. I'm over here hoping that the man hurt out there, goddamn me. But yeah, they did enough to go out there and win the game. Like I said earlier, I think it would have been a little bit wider margin of victory if the refs wouldn't have missed that call on Jalen Ramsey, and also if Odell didn't get hurt. But hey, that's part of the game, though. You know what I'm saying? Missed calls. Sometimes teams catch a break. That's part of the game. You know what I'm saying? So I'm glad that the team was able to overcome it.
Hey, Gil Coles, you got the link to the fantasy boxing prediction league? If one of y'all got the link, drop it in there for Hot Mike. Or he can put his picks in the on a community post. But I think he got Facebook.
Yeah, man. If you don't feel like going to Facebook, man, just drop the pics on the community post when Marlo post the fights. Then I will personally make sure that your pics get posted on the Chaaaamps Ross. You know what I'm saying? I'll be sweeping through from time to time and make sure I ain't missed nothing. You know what I'm saying? So I make sure that you're straight. Spirit of Justice had been mad about that Jacobs robbery, but at least the Bengals won. It was a robbery. Okay. I had took Danny Jacobs and shit, man. At first I was gonna take John Ryder. I ain't gonna lie. And the reason was because Danny Jacobs, he ain't been active. His last fight was at the end of 2020. And when it comes to these fights and shit, man, activity, it plays a big part. And COVID-19, it caused a lot of fighters to be inactive. And a lot of them are coming back with varying results. Some people getting upset, like Hugo Centeno Jr. That motherfucker fought somebody that was like 12-5 and went out there and lost. You know what I'm saying? He was a big favorite in the fight too. Some of these fighters are having closer fights than people anticipate. Keith Thurman, a lot of people picked him to win by knockout. He won by decision because he was coming off a 2.5-year layoff. John Ryder hasn't been super active himself, but he's been a little bit more active than Jacobs. And plus, he a southpaw. He gave a tough fight to Callum Smith. Some people felt like he got robbed in that fight. So that made me kind of think, he had a chance to win. But you know me, I like the amateur background. Danny Jacobs 137-7. John Ryder, he was like 30-5 or some shit like that. I looked at some of the people that he was losing to in the pros. They wasn't nobody that was good as Danny Jacobs. So I'm like, man, I'm gonna go ahead and roll with Danny Jacobs, majority decision. You know what I'm saying? But that was a pick that I was kind of going back and forth on. I was waffling and shit, but I went on ahead and rolled with the amateur background.
D-Lo in the building. Salute, bro.
Salute, salute. What's going down? Moody Trey right on that 55th Street. Join the Super Dog. Y'all see you saying cruising. Goodbye. Join the Super Dog said, oh yeah, we read that already. Let me scroll down. Salute to Chris Ray. What's going down? Pecos Bill says, salute to all my Marlo X in the chat. Salute to you. St. Cruz and said, especially gambling on boxing. Yeah, I love to gamble on boxing, but I haven't really been gambling on it too much though here recently. You know what I'm saying? Really, it's because I ain't got my girlfriend no more. I used to gamble through her shit because she used to have accounts and shit, like on websites, Bovada and Bet Online and all that kind of stuff. And since me and her broke up, I ain't really been on it, but I need to get back on it a little bit. Even though I did just make a bet this past weekend and I lost the goddamn bet. I bet on Danny Jacobs at minus 165 and I lost the goddamn bet. So I got to say that. Keep it 100. I lost that fucking bet.
Hey, King talking about salute to the West Coast. Yeah, salute to the West Coast, but put some respect on Los Angeles, baby. We champion. What you talking about, Nick?
Yeah, champions, man. They need to get out there and support the team, though, man. It be too many times they be having home games. It don't be hardly no Rams fans in the crowd. The opposing team be nominating the crowd and shit. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully after this Super Bowl, they'll go out there and start supporting. Gil Cole said he down to fourth. You got to hold tight, man. That's one thing about it. All bullshit aside, I do want to beat you, but at the end of the day, I do want somebody from the corner to go out there and take that shit down, and you in position to do that. You got to stay on course, though, man, because the motherfuckers will take off on you. You'll be right there with them. The next thing you know, you down by 40, 50 points. You know what I'm saying? So you got to stay on top of shit. But it's a lot of time left that you can come back and do something. And them dudes that's at the top, I done seen them make big mistakes in weeks. They've been on point early in the season, but I have seen them have some weeks and they make some picks that be kind of having me scratching my head. Like at the end of last season, Nick Harmer, he was beating me in the last week of the season. But coming down the stretch, it was 50 available points, and he went out there and got like 15 of them. And I went out there and got like 45 out of 50 because he basically gave the shit to me. Because he went out there and picked a bunch of underdogs and picked some bullshit. And I just went out there and, did my thing how I normally do it and stole the victory from his motherfucking ass. So just stay down with it, man. You've been doing pretty good on the bonuses and shit, too. How Mike said, I've been told you about that cereal milk. Yeah, that's one of them things I've been hearing. It seemed like I done had one of them. I think it might have been an ice cream cake. I get that shit kind of mixed up, you know what I'm saying? Because they all sound like, dairy, cereal, milk, ice cream, all that shit, you know what I'm saying? How Mike said, all right, we got you taken care of. St. Cruz said, next big bet, Usyk had Joshua's number. Good eyes, too. I haven't even seen the opening eyes on Joshua versus Usyk. I'm going to have to go look for that shit. I'm going to have to go look for it. D-Lo, salute to you. D-Lo said Keith won by decision because Keith typically wins by decision. I think it had something to do with the activity too, though. That was the type of opponent that you go out there and stop, in my opinion. He had him hurt early in the fight, you know what I'm saying? So I think if he was more sharp and more on point, I think he'll go out there and stop the motherfucker. But that's just my opinion, though. But still, though, even if you disagree, when I'm looking at this shit on the Chaaaamps Ross, when fighters are coming off of layoffs, they have not been getting knockouts. I can't tell you like a straight record, but I know that it's heavily sided in favor of not getting knockouts if you're coming off a layoff. You know what I'm saying? It's damn near automatic. What you about to say, bro?
Rod X, the champ in the building. Salute, bro. What's happening?
Salute. He supposed to been getting in that Chaaaamps Ross too. He been ducking though. It's all good. Appreciate the super chat from Mike Hennigan. That's the man that won the bet. He said this donation is to match Gil Cole's donation to the corner. Shout out to MARLO'S Corner featuring Trey X, the baddest commentary in boxing. Man, we definitely appreciate you, OG 100.
Appreciate you, bro.
We started to call the Super Bowl too. I was gonna ask Marlo if he wanted to do it. I don't know enough about football to really be out there just calling that shit like I want to, though. I can't tell you that they coming out in this formation. It's a few formations that I know, you know what I'm saying? But I can't just call that shit the way I can in boxing, so I just chill. But Marlo said he real good at that shit, man. So maybe in the future we'll call a couple of football games and just chill and kick it and just watch the game and shit. Where I'm at. Let me scroll down. Spirit of Justice, I think he said when you get the chance, go back and watch the Jacobs fight, Trey. No way he lost that shit. Well, I did read about the fight. They said that he went out there and dominated the first half of the fight, and then he went out there and tailed off at the end of the fight. But it also said that he switched southpaw, and that's one thing about Danny Jacobs that I can't stand, man, because like he switched southpaw against Triple G and got dropped. I remember his coach was getting on him like, God damn, why the fuck you going southpaw? You know what I'm saying? Shit's not even necessary. I see it like in this fight right here. I think this is like the last fight you would want to do that. Well, maybe not the last, but I don't think it's a fight that you would want to do that because you're going against a southpaw. So you opening up the lane for some of his punches, like his jab and shit. You know what I'm saying? When you fight him in that open guard, like they like to call it, when you got the opposite stance, you use that to take away the jab and stuff. That's why you'll see Terrence Crawford do that against Victor Postal and different people. You know what I'm saying? Even though I know he do that all the time, but it is one of the benefits. You can take away the jab hand with the opposite stance. So I don't like him going southpaw. You know, you're going against a career southpaw. This man is making his living as a southpaw. You gonna try to out southpaw him? I don't think that's good boxing IQ. You know what I'm saying? So I wasn't even just super surprised that he lost. And plus, what were they in? It was in the UK, right? So he over there fighting in his hometown and shit. He ain't been that active. But I am gonna go back and check it out. I haven't seen it for myself. I just read about it. I'm gonna check it out. St. Cruz and say on mute. I don't even know what he's talking about, OG. King of Kings, I see you. Salute to the West Coast. Marlo read that. Junior the Super Dog, Marcus Allen, Salam, Reggie Bush, and Ricky Williams, all running backs. All them players are coaching Pop Warner and Winter Ball. Except Marcus, he's done nothing for the hood. Except for Marcus Allen, huh? King of Kings to LA, the laziest fans in any sport, period. I didn't really look at it as being lazy. It just seemed like they got so much fun shit to do out there that a football team is not super impressive to them. Like if it was a professional sports team in my area, nigga, we ain't got shit to do out here. Everybody and their mama be at the game every fucking weekend. You know what I'm saying? But when you in LA, it just seemed like that's a fun place to be. A bunch of shit to do, a bunch of people to see. You got bad bitches, you got good weather, good places to eat, got good weed. Shit. Man, they gonna have a good time no matter where they at. They ain't even got to go to the goddamn game. D-Lo said, I see the Rams reclamation project of rejected players playing off. Much respect. I'm glad to see that. Same thing with the Bengals. Can't forget about them. Cheeto Bay Owuzie. What school that motherfucker went to, y'all? Did he go to Colorado or some shit like that? I can't remember what school he went to in college. It seemed like I see him wearing black or something, but he came from the Cowboys. He was like a reject type player, I guess you could say. I think he was like a second round pick for the Cowboys. Also, that Eli Apple, I think he come from Ohio State. He got drafted by the Giants. He been playing some solid football for the Bengals too. You know what I'm saying? So they got a few rejects over there, their own goddamn self. You know what I'm saying?
Derek Bailey in the building. Salute, bro. Hey, who you had? The Rams or Bengals?
Derek Bailey, salute to you. We got to make a move on the Champ Ross, champ. Goddamn, me, Rod, it's the champ. What's up, my people? D-Lo said, I have Usyk and Joshua finally been, have Usyk and Joshua finally been announced. I have no idea, bro.
Hey, I'm down. I need to get my ass back up in the motherfucking mix.
Like bacon, eggs, and grits. Moody Treyweather said, you could have that shit. You can have that shit, Trey X. You can have that shit, Trey. I don't even know what you're talking about, bro. You got to give me a little context. St. Cruz and said Thurman returning to form. Thurman versus Boots. Winner gets Bud or Spence. Say Thurman returning to form. Thurman versus Boots. Winner gets Bud or Spence. So it's like the winner gets the winner gets the winner of Bud or Spence. I ain't tripping. I like that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's a good idea. We'll still get the fights we want. We get the undisputed and all that kind of shit. But hey, once undisputed is obtained, that don't mean that the train stopped there. There's still a bunch of boxing that got to take place after that. The winner of Bud or Spence has to fight somebody. But I will say this though, you know, like my boy D-Lo like to say, it's been par for the course for people to win undisputed, and then they vacate and move up. So I wouldn't be surprised if something like that happened. I have heard some people say they've been thinking that maybe Crawford, even Spence, because I know Spence, they've been saying he was talking about moving to 154. And I've also heard some people talking about Crawford fighting Jermell Charlo at 154. What you about to say, bro?
Hey, just a hands up. I put results up and the new fight schedule for week 6 is posted on the community tab. Y'all. I put they back to back. I put the results up earlier, and I just now put the schedule up.
Yeah, Marlo been good on that shit, man. As soon as the results and shit drop, he'll go out there and drop them. You know what I'm saying? The new fight schedule, he dropped that too. So if you want to make some pictures, go drop it on there, and I'll get you posted on the channel raw. St. Cruz said, Thurman, okay, I read that. D'Lo said, you are absolutely right. I never pick guys coming off of long layoffs to get a stoppage. They are probably hovering around point 185. That nigga said less than 20, less than 1 out of 5. And you know what? That's crazy that you say that, because when I was thinking about a percentage, I was thinking like 1 out of 5, like some 20%. He said less than that. I think you might be right about that, the square business. King of Kings said AJ can't be faded. He's a nigga from the motherfucking streets, goddamn me. We gonna see, man. I have been seeing him working on his physicality, though. I saw him off in the ring, working on the mix with a coach, and they was off in there wrestling and all that kind of shit. So, one thing that I have noticed about Anthony Joshua, in his rematch, he did get the work. He did what he had to do. He went out there, he lost the weight, he lost that bulk. He went out there and got himself in a position where he can go out there and outbox Ruiz. And he went out there and outboxed him for a relatively easy fight, even though Ruiz helped him make it easy because he came in there grossly out of shape. You know what I'm saying? But on Anthony Joshua's side, he did come back and do what he had to do. So I'm going to give him benefit of the doubt and think that he is working on a game plan that he can come back and make this a more competitive fight. I don't expect him to go out there and do the same exact shit that he did the first time. Hopefully he go out there and implement some of that shit he been working on, some of that physicality. Go out and make it a dog fight. Get physical. Forearm in the neck. You know what I'm saying? All that kind of stuff, man. You know how it is when you're a big man in the ring going against a smaller man. You got to go out there and use your advantages.
If you do that, I guarantee you, Usyk gonna get dirty and know that man can get broke down mentally. He gonna get to crying to the referee and all that other shit because Usyk definitely got the mindset to hit that dude in them Bozaks. You know what I'm saying? Hit him with an elbow or a headbutt. You know what I'm saying? Usyk definitely got that in him on top of his skills.
Well, I think Joshua still got to make him prove it. That's his only chance to win. If he go out there and try to make it too clean of a fight, I don't think he got no chance. He can't outbox no Usyk. 335 and 15. Alexander Usyk.
Grind hard, Sports Nation. Salute, fam.
Salute. Uh, D'Lo said Jacobs should have stayed orthodox. He has never looked good as a southpaw versus opponents, in my opinion. I agree with you on that. That's why I said what I said. I can't think of damn fight where I saw Danny Jacobs turn southpaw, and I was thinking like, damn, that shit look good. He did have a couple of moments against Canelo. I will say that. I remember one counter left hand, he hit Canelo right on the chin, and a lot of the fans, they like to post that shit so they can brag about how good of a chin that Canelo has. But I can still tell that Canelo felt that shit. It didn't feel good. It was a clean left hand, counter left hand, right on the chin, like a pull counter left hand. So that's one good thing I saw him do. But for the most part, when he turned southpaw, I start thinking about confusion. You know what I'm saying? Because what he's doing isn't working. I don't really see him like the new school. The new school, like you sent me that video, Jamal Harvey. I had already, was talking about him, but he one of them youngsters. He switched. You look at that heavyweight out of Ohio, Big Baby, go out there and switch. Crawford, switch. Ennis, switch. Like it's very common, but I just don't look at Danny Jacobs like that. You know what I'm saying? I just think confusion. He looking for something. He looking for answers when he switches. Rod Chaaaamps said, I'm going to start making picks. Go on, get up in there. D'Lo said, I felt Jacobs lost 7-5. He said he felt like he lost legitimately. All right. D'Lo said, they pack it in for the Lakers and the Clippers, though. Yeah, I guess they got that established culture and shit, though. This is a new team to the area. They used to be the St. Louis round, so I guess they kind of got to grow on the fans. You got some people that grew up as Laker fans and even Clipper fans. You know, they've been fans for a long time and shit. They was babies wearing the t-shirts and drinking out the cups and sleeping on the pillows and shit. So, you know, I think the Rams gonna have to grow on them a little bit. Yeah, I see you there, baby. Say you had the Rams shit. D'Lo said, I don't know neither of those guys, but that's good to hear. I don't even know you talking about. Oh, you talking about Nick Harmer and Unrivaled. Those are that's number one and number two on the Chaaaamps Ross. You know what I'm saying? They can fuck up. They ain't infallible. They ain't invincible. Uh D'Lo said, I'm getting destroyed on the Chaaaamps Ross. You got to come back with something, man. I got off to a slow start, man. The first week I was celebrating my little championship and shit, and I got to get right back in the mix. I came out flat, you know what I'm saying? But I'm starting to kind of get it together a little bit. I at least got my 80% this week, so that felt good. You know, we had 10 fights, even though we did have two voids. But out of 100 possible points, I got 80. So that put me back in my 80%. You know what I'm saying? I just got to tighten up on the fucking bonuses. I only got 2 bonuses all season. I think Gil Cole's got like 6 or 7 of them. You know what I'm saying? So I got to catch up on the bonuses, man. D'Lo said Boots is fighting Clayton. Thurman will likely handpick a better opponent. A better opponent, probably that mean an easier opponent. But yeah, that is one of the fights that I wanted to see Boots in. You know what I'm saying? Castillo Clayton. He seemed like he was pretty strong when he fought Lipinets. He can get out there and move around. I've been hearing about him being inconsistent. He ain't been looking so good in some of his fights, you know what I'm saying? But hopefully he decides to, you know, put his best foot forward in this fight and bring a tough fight to Boots and help him develop. Take him some rounds. Let's go 9 to 10 rounds. I ain't seen Boots in that position with somebody that's fighting back. Hopefully he durable enough where he don't just take 1 or 2 shots and get laid the fuck out in the first round or two. That ain't good for Boots. You know what I'm saying? It's good for his confidence, but it ain't good for his development. The man only had what was he? 57, 58 and 3 amateur record. That's why I think they kind of take him slow. You know what I'm saying? So they just kind of going step by step with him. And I think Castillo Clayton is a nice step in the right direction. What you think about that fight, bro? Castillo Clayton as a test for young Jerron Boots Ennis. Undefeated Castillo Clayton.
Shit, I don't see him still beating Boots though. You know, based on especially his last 2 or 3 performances, right?
Yeah.
Boots real sharp right now, clean. Uh, I don't see Clayton putting nothing together for Boots, and Boots can switch. You know, he can switch to southpaw and give him a bad look. I got Boots running through him, no problem.
So you don't think he can at least take him some rounds? Because that's really what I was asking. I wasn't saying like can he beat him. I was like, do you think he can take him some rounds?
It's possible. Like Clayton is tough as a motherfucker. You know, he a tough motherfucker to get up out of there. But it's possible. But I don't think shit. I thought Lipinets would take him some round. He just been making early work out of motherfucker.
Yeah, I think Clayton a little bit more talented than Lippin gets. Lippin gets slow as a motherfucker out there, man. But we'll see though, man, how it's gonna go. For Ennis's sake, I hope that this guy got something to fight back, man. Let's make it a two-way street for once. Let's come and throw some punches back and not just be a punching bag. You know what I'm saying? I hope that's what we get. D, let me scroll down. Yeah, safer opponent. I got you. Moody Trayweather said, my bad. I was saying you could have called the Super Bowl, goddamn. Yeah, we might jump out there one of these days and call something like that. I definitely did think about it. D-Lo said, I last saw AJ playing soccer. It was shirts versus blouses on YouTube. Grind hard Sports Nation, salute to you. He said salute to MARLO'S, so I guess he been here before, but if you haven't, welcome to the gym this first time. King said physically is a mindset. AJ doesn't have it in him. Or maybe he got it taken out of him. I thought he did have a little toughness to him when I saw him against Dillian White. That's when I kind of like AJ a little bit. You know what I'm saying? He would hurt Dillian White and he'll be laughing. He'll be, you know what I'm saying, he'll be chuckling and shit because it seemed like he enjoyed inflicting pain on him. But when it comes to just straight physicality, I have never seen it like as far as like getting rough with somebody. I see it like as far as a mean streak, because that's what I was just speaking on. Is a mean streak that I once saw in him that I really don't see anymore. You know what I'm saying? But as far as physicality, I don't see him roughing people up. So that's why I'm saying hopefully he can implement what he's been working on here lately. And that's something that I liked about Tyson Fury. Like when I saw Tyson Fury fight against that Steve Cunningham, Steve Cunningham did drop him in the fight. But the way that Tyson Fury fought that dude, that shit was rough and nasty as fuck. He made sure that he used his physicality. He had the man against the ropes. He was putting his forearm and shit all in his neck. He was leaning on him. He was getting dirty. He was doing all kind of shit. And that's something that I actually liked about it. Because I think that's part of the game. You know what I'm saying? So that's part of the game that Joshua is going to have to learn. So I think that once before he had a mean streak, he need to get that back. And like you just said, he going to have to get that mentality to be physical. You know what I'm saying? So I agree with what you said for the most part. You're going to have to get that mindset. He don't have it right now, but he got to get it. King of Kings said Jacob's footwork is annoying. His footwork annoying? I used to think, I didn't used to like the way he would put all his weight on the front foot because you take jabs like that. So that was something that I had a problem with. But from my point of view, it seemed like he had fixed that shit. So it wasn't really nothing about his footwork that just stood out to me. So elaborate for me a little bit what you don't like about his footwork. D'Lo said if Joshua wants his best chance versus Usyk, he should hire his former trainer James Ali Bashir since he offered. Just his opinion. Okay, I can't even speak on it, bro, because I don't have no knowledge about Coach Bashir. Gil Coles, okay, I think he's talking to D'Lo. What he say? Keith won his last fight, but D'Lo disappeared on that Chaaaamps Ross, huh? My boy D'Lo, he'll come back with something though, man. All he got to do is pick him a few of them draws or something. He'll be right back in the top 10. D'Lo said the Rams were in LA before St. Louis, but you were probably right. The Raiders and Rams left LA for a reason. Yeah, they were back in the day. Yeah, that's a good point that you made. Yeah, that's a good point. I guess I was kind of just sitting up here thinking if let's say the Orleans came back to Houston or some shit, would they just be jumping right away? You know what I'm saying? I don't know. D'Lo said Lipinget's. Hold on, let me scroll down. Scroll back up a little bit. King of Kings said, I joined the Chaaaamps Ross, so you look good, D'Lo. See, it ain't in last. Derek Bailey said, this those nondescript damn fighters. Yeah. What I noticed about them fights though, bro, is just don't try to get too fancy. If you got one motherfucker that got 6 losses and the other one got 8 or 9, take the dude with the 6 losses. Don't even get fancy with it.
Hey, for real. Because I've been playing, that's how I'm down on the hole with that shit. Trying to bust a motherfucker upside the head big. Hey, but this weekend we got Amir Khan versus Kell Brook, y'all. Should be a pretty cool week. Grab your beers and your libations, man.
Yeah, that shit is gonna be in the UK on its own again. Uh yeah, but like them fights though, bro. Yeah, just make the basic pickers. Like last week, it was this not last week, I think it was 2 weekends ago. This dude, his last name was Kisner. And he had like 5 losses or some shit. I looked the dude up. He did an interview and said, man, I hate boxing. But I looked up his amateur background and I saw that he had won a bunch of fucking national championships when he was in the youth ranks. You know what I'm saying? Like 15 to 16. The big boys is 17 to 34. So in the 15 to 16, he was winning that shit, them junior national championships. So I went on ahead and picked him. He went out there and got knocked the fuck out. And I'm sitting up here feeling stupid because I just picked a man and said, I hate boxing.
Wow.
Said he hate boxing. And then last weekend, this dude named Conor Walker. He was like 30 and he was 30-3 as an amateur. The dude he fought, his last name was Antwi, Antwi. And I couldn't find no amateur background on him, but I did see he was big and strong. I picked Walker and lost because the little amateur fights he had, and plus he had won some kind of championship in the amateur ranks. But I had never heard of this shit though. It was some kind of sub-novice sounding shit, to be honest with you. I went out there and ate crow on that shit, man. You know what I'm saying? So And look, Antwi was a 5-1 favorite. So all I had to do was just go with the 5-1 favorite and just call it a day. But I want to go out there and be fancy and shit and went out there and call the L. So just keep it, just you know what I'm saying, just stay with the straight pick. Let's scroll down. D'Lo said Lipingas is a converted kickboxer. That is true. And that's also a reason why he has a limited amateur background as far as the boxing. But I will say this though, when I see that people have a kickboxing background, that's a little bit different than like a soccer background or some shit. Because I actually knew a pretty good kickboxer. His last name was Doyle, and he used to work out at our boxing gym and shit. Every time I saw him, he had on some red sweatpants. You know them sweatpants that we used to wear back in the day. Every time you walk, he goes the windbreakers. He used to always wear some red windbreakers, but he actually was very good in the ring. He was a good ass kickboxer. He was winning all kind of shit. And in boxing, he had been in the ring for a long time, like since he was a little kid. So he knew what he was doing in that ring. I'm gonna be 100. I was talking shit to him one day, going back and forth talking shit. And I sparred 5 rounds with the dude. I was about 16 years old. I sparred 5 rounds with him. I probably won 1 or 2. Like he was real good. You know what I'm saying? I got to give him his props. He was a grown man. He was probably like 24 or 25. I'm like 16. You know what I'm saying? But he was a pretty good fighter though. Kickboxer. Shout out the door. Let me scroll down. Moody Trayweather said, I didn't know not here Albright be fighting senior citizens. That name sounds kind of familiar. I don't know exactly who that is, though. King said, I hope so, too. Boost needs that solid test. Yeah, we got to go 9 or 10 rounds. At least give me 7 or 8 rounds, bro.
Hey, shout out to social scientists. Salute, bro. Shout out to Gregory X. Salute, bro. What's happening?
Salute to the OG. Salute to my boy, the Kane. What's going down? Let's scroll down. D'Lo said, that was probably nervous energy. AJ also laughs when he gets hurt. That was one of his tells. Nah, I disagree with you on that. This was I'm laughing because I'm hurting. This was like some sinister looking shit. That's what I kind of liked about him. But then he started having, a lot more success. He started being the toast of London, and everywhere he go, everybody run up to him and want to shake his hand and all that kind of shit. So it seemed like that kind of took that nastiness out of him. You know what I'm saying? But Zab Judah, he describes it as the and it's important for a fighter to have that That's why some fighters, like when they hurt somebody real bad in the ring, or maybe when they kill somebody, like when Ezra Charles killed Sam Baruti, they said he was never the same. Even when Sugar Ray Robinson, when he killed Jimmy Doyle, what's that his name? I know his last name was Doyle. But when they said he killed him, they said he wasn't the same after that. He didn't want to hurt people the way he once did because he lost that You know what I'm saying? So it seemed like AJ lost some of the that he used to have. You scroll down. King said that White fight was almost 7 years ago. That was before the losses and the public embarrassment with the Wilder challenge. Yeah, and also before the success too. Like he had a little bit of success, but he wasn't. I don't even think he was a champion at that time. You know what I'm saying? So that's on the come up. They're just like them rappers and shit. Them rappers, when they be making them early albums, them motherfuckers be banging. And then as soon as they get some success, they drop an album, then you can only find 3 or 4 songs on the whole CD that you like. Kingdom scroll down. D-Lo said, fight of the decade, Brook versus Khan, goddamn me. And that's another one of them fights that's hard for me to pick. Like when it's them old ass washed up fighters, like John Molina versus Riverside Rocky, it's hard for me to pick them kind of fights. So it's gonna probably be hard for me to pick this one. I kind of want to lean towards Kell Brook. What weight class are they fighting at? Do anybody know? If they fighting at 147, I might have to go with Khan, man, because Kell Brook, like, he was a dead man at 147. Khan is a good 6-round fighter. For 6 rounds, Khan to go out there and fight his ass off.
147.
147, man, I might have to go with Khan, man. I know he ain't got a chin that's worth a fuck, but Kell Brook just looked like he was a California raisin when he fought against Terrence Crawford at 147. I'm gonna have to think about it a little bit. What way you thinking about going on that shit, bro?
Shit, I think about picking Khan, even though he's soft as motherfucking Charmin tissue around his motherfucker. But cause Brook, man, he get hit in that eye. Khan got a decent punch. And Brook shoulders, he gonna tap out. He can't take no more shots to the motherfucking orbitables. So I'm thinking about leaning towards Khan, man. But I'm probably gonna put mine in tomorrow. So Tuesday.
Khan got the amateur background advantage too. Kell Brook only got like 40 amateur fights. Khan got like, I don't know how many he got. I think he got like a silver medal though. Excuse me, in the Olympics. If y'all know, man, correct me if I'm wrong. I think Amir Khan got an Olympic silver medal when he was a youngster, like 17 years old or some shit. I might be wrong. Let's go down. Derek Bailey said, I picked Walker also. Pick Walker. I don't even know the fuck he talking about. Only Walker I'm thinking about is Walker, Texas Ranger. And that's your boy Trey X about to walk this boy Gil Coles down on this Chaaaamps Ross. What you got to say, bro?
The dude that you said he don't like boxing that you picked, I think his name was.
Oh no, that's Kona Walker. He talking about Kona Walker that we picked last week. The dude that said I hate boxing, his last name was Kisner. And sorry, motherfucker went out there and got knocked out in 5 or 6 rounds. I can't even remember where the bitch at. The Kane said I would choose Brook, but Khan been working with Bud, so I'm conflicted now. Yeah, I have been seeing that shit. I've been seeing Crawford holding the mitts and all that kind of stuff. Ain't like some new age shit to me too, where I see fighters holding the mitts for other fighters. When I was young, man, my coach, he'll get mad as fuck if he see you holding the mitts because he say that'll mess up your shoulders. That's one. When I saw Mayweather holding mitts for other fighters, that's what told me that he was done for good. Because I actually had never seen him holding mitts for other fighters. Y'all might have seen it, but I had never seen it myself. So when I saw that, I was like, yeah, he pretty much, I think he done. Because if I don't think he would risk messing up his shoulders holding mitts for somebody else if he continued to fight. You know what I'm saying? That don't make sense to me. Uh, OG said Sugar Ray Robinson hated boxing. He said he only fought for the purse. Yeah, he said that in an interview. That was especially after he had killed Jimmy Dore. You know what I'm saying? That's when I had saw him say that. Because the guy that he was talking to, he said, you come across like you enjoy boxing. You enjoy what you do. And he was like, no, I never really enjoyed boxing. You know what I'm saying? He was pretty much saying that he enjoyed what boxing gave him. It gave him an opportunity to move himself and his family out of poverty and have a better life. And that's what his sister was saying too. I had watched the Sugar Ray Robinson documentary. D'Lo said, yeah, Vitaly Klitschko was a converted kickboxer as well. It showed in his technique early, but he cleaned it up nicely. Okay. Shamzilla, salute to you. Says, peace, salute to you. Pecos Bill said he agreed with me on something. D'Lo said, I saw the fight. AJ was clowning White and enjoying it, but he was hurt in that fight. And it seems that I remember that he laughed then too. That's a good point. That's like a typical. I don't. He did laugh at both times, but I don't see those as the same type of laugh. You know what I'm saying? Like you got a sinister laugh where you laugh at somebody because you're hurting them, but you also got that trying to play it off laugh, and people do that all the time. You'll see a fighter get caught with something, then they want to start laughing. Matter of fact, I'm thinking about Terrence Crawford when he fought against Gamboa. When Gamboa hit him with the left hand, what Terrence Crawford started doing? He started smiling and he started backing up. That's what he did. So when it comes to AJ, what's interesting about that Dillian White fight is that he got hurt the exact same way against Dillian White as he did against Ruiz. And that showed me like one thing that you can do against AJ is punch with him. Because in between his punches, he kind of sloppy with his technique. When he throw the right hand, he don't get it back fast enough. So he gives his opponent an opportunity to hit him with a counter left hook. And that's what happened against Dillian White, and that's what happened against John Ruiz. Counter left hook, because they was brave enough to punch with him. Derek Bailey said, we keep saying Boots need more rounds, but he keep proving us wrong. Let him go and fight the top tier fighters. He may be ready. I mean, when I'm thinking about that shit, I'm really thinking about it like as far as his own good. But at the end of the day, he's his own man. He can do what he want to do. If he want to go up there and fight the best, I'm all for it. You know what I'm saying? But I have been watching boxing for a long time. I done been around boxing. I done seen some good fighters. I done been in the ring with a couple of good fighters, man, like some journeymen and shit. I'm thinking about Alex Bonema. He fought Bronco McCart back in the day. Y'all might know who that is. I was sparring him when I was 15. You know what I'm saying? I know how tough this game is. And if you ain't got that deep of an amateur background and the people around you do, you know what I'm saying? These motherfuckers, a lot of them got hundreds of fights and shit. Maybe not even the top tier people. Like look at Radzab Butayev and all them dudes. I'm not exactly sure that Boots Ennis can beat Butayev. I think Butayev got a hell of a shot to beat him. Over 300 amateur fights and shit. I'm trying to think, what the fuck is his record? I can't even think what it is. He got like 400 fights or some shit like that. So that's the kind of shit that he's surrounded by. You know what I'm saying? So I think it would be in his best interest to be taken slow the way they do, the way they have been doing, and just build them up incrementally. Let them get that in the ring experience and shit. And they got to put them in there with some people that can fight back and get them that experience of people fighting back. Because even right now, like I compare him to Roy Jones and shit like that, but I think he overrated to be real. Because like just looking at what he's done so far, I don't think he's just this big boogeyman. I'm not even sure he can beat Gary Antoine Russell. Gary Antoine Russell beat him 3 out of 4 times in the amateurs. I'm not sure he can beat Boots can beat him. So for his own good, I think that the pace that he's going on is good. But like I said, he's his own man. He's a grown man. He can do what the fuck he want to do. If you feel like he ready for the people at the top and he can secure them fights, go out there and handle your business, young man. Rumble, young man, rumble. Like Ali say. Let me scroll. Where I'm at. Sam Zilla said Brooke will be weight drained. That's what I'm thinking, man. The man was looking bad when he fought against Crawford. D'Lo said, I saw that in that fight as well. I got you. The Kane Deal said California Raisins went hard in 1988, though, while you're playing, goddamn me. Gil Cole said Brooke versus Khan catchweight at 149. Okay. I was thinking like when y'all said 147, in my head, I was thinking like, man, no way. It could be 147. Like, how dumb can you be if you KO Brooke? But 149, I guess, that's enough to make me think twice. I was thinking 150 in my mind, but I guess I can kind of see 149. It might change my opinion a little bit.
It's listed as a welterweight fight though.
Um, I think we should just wait until the weigh-in. That's probably the best bet to go about that. Let's wait and see what Kell Brook looking like at the weigh-in, and then make our picks. You know what I'm saying? James Dunn, salute to you. What's going down? D'Lo said, I want to pick Khan, but I'm struggling to get past the fact that I think Khan was scared to face Brook for years. That's a good point. That's a good point. He might see something in his style that he don't think favors him. Pecos Bill said Khan head be in the air. He do be in the air, man. When you said that shit, you made me think about that right hand he took from Canelo when he knocked all the snot and boogers out his nose. That wasn't a good look. I don't like his defense, man, but I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't like Kell Brook's defense either. I never have. To me, he never really had true defense. I would see him sparring and he'd be leaning back from hooks and shit. That's not conventional defense to be leaning back from the hook. If you got good reflexes, you can get away with it, but once them reflexes ain't the same no more, the motherfucker gonna start landing them hooks. You know what I'm saying? You try to lean back from the hook. D'Lo said, what you talking about? Terrence Crawford has never been hurt in a fight, especially not by no Gamboa shit. He was hurt against Gamboa, but he took that left hand and started smiling, started skinning and grinning when he took that left hand. JD80, salute to you. So there's an interesting lightweight fight coming up next month. Miguel Vasquez versus Gary Cully. Miguel Vasquez versus Gary Cully. That sounds kind of familiar a little bit. I don't know nothing about him, though, man. I'm about to go look it up. D'Lo said, just kidding. Just wanted to see if I could speak fanboy fluently. Gamboa put the heat on Bud's ass. I wanted Gamboa to win that fight so bad. I ain't crowing that fight. I picked Gamboa. I said, man, how the fuck this motherfucker from Omaha, Nebraska about to beat somebody coming out of Cuba? But I knew that he was the bigger man and all that kind of shit, and I still picked against him. And hell, I had to eat crow.
Hey, James Don, salute, fam. Sam Zilla, salute. What's good with it? JD80, salute. Sam Zilla, hot seat in the building, salute, bro.
JD80 said Vasquez got robbed 2 times over in the UK, so he would need to stop Cully to win. Okay, I'm gonna have to go look them motherfuckers up, man. What do you say, Miguel Vasquez? It seemed like it was a Vasquez that fought not that long ago. What's the name of the dude that fought against Robson Conceicao? Was he like a Vasquez? Because that's the first thing that came to my mind when I saw that name. Sham Zilla said D'Lo. Okay, talking to D'Lo. James Dunn said, I told y'all Garcia versus Gamboa. So that's what it is? The rematch? Ryan Garcia. I'm tripping. Well,
You
I'm
know
thinking
that,
about Teofimo Lopez, my dumb ass.
you know what Canelo told Ryan Garcia?
What did he tell him?
Get the fuck out my gym.
You know what? When I saw that he signed with Joe Goosen, though, I kind of took that as something positive, to be honest. Because like Canelo camp, it's a good camp, I think, but it's still kind of like Hollywood a little bit. Joe Goosen ain't Hollywood at all. He like one of them tough nose coaches, like no nonsense type coaches. I thought that was kind of interesting that Ryan Garcia would take that approach. It seemed like he feel like he missing something, and maybe Joe Goosen can help him with that toughness and shit that he need. Because Joe Goosen, he like a blood and warrior type of coach. That's the coach that was coaching Diego Corrales when he had that late victory over Jose Luis Castillo. That's Goosen is about that life. What he tell Corrales? Corrales out there fucked up, got an eye closed, looking bad. What Goosen telling you? Better get on the inside and come with something. You know what I'm saying? So I thought that was kind of interesting that he picked that guy as a coach. Let me scroll down. Guido Cole said Cambosa's fight Ryan. Yeah, that's kind of surprising. I got to take Ryan Garcia. I think he's gonna go out there and beat him.
Warzone, salute. Hey, look at social science. Get the fuck out of here, motherfucker ass.
Yeah, square a minute. What's up, the war zone? Salute. James Dunn said all those European fighters got similar styles. You know what? I used to think that, but they've been watching us, man. They don't all just fight standing straight up in that proud type of style that they used to fight with. They stand straight up and they keep their dukes up. Uh, it seemed like they kind of try to be a little bit more slick. You know what I'm saying? They've been watching the Americans. Some of them got American training. Like even Tyson Fury got an American trainer right now. Even if they don't, they like to come to America and come get some training. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm thinking about y'all remember when Floyd Mayweather had that smoker and shit in his gym where they had the guy that came over from the UK and he beat up Hakeem Rockman's son. And Hakeem Rockman's son's big brother came back to get revenge. You know what I'm saying? But to me, that was just like an example of them UK guys coming over here to get some training. Anthony Yard. Like Anthony Yard, he don't fight like a European fighter to me. Like he got the shoulder roll, Philadelphia shell. He tried to be a little slick, try to be a little smooth with it, counter punch a little bit. You know what I'm saying? You can tell he got like an Americanized type of style. So they ain't just relying on a pure UK shit that they used to. They getting out there and paying attention too. They learning. You know what I'm saying? The Kane said Lou DiBella pulled Cambozo out of the Haney negotiations. Shaking my head, yeah, man. Yeah, I hope this motherfucking Haney gets some of them big fights, man. He had the undisputed fight right there at his fingertips. I hope he can get that shit. Sham Zilla, salute to you.
Hey, is Eubanks Jr. fighting at 68?
Eubank Jr. No, I don't know. He just fought against this guy that
William,
fought Andrade at 160.
who Liam Williams?
Liam Williams, he fought Andrade at 160.
Yeah.
I think Eubank Jr. used to fight at 168, but he came back down to 160. That's what I think.
Okay.
Okay, D'Lo said Ryan Garcia made similar mistakes to Khan. Well, as far as standing up straight with his chin in the area, he definitely do that shit. I think his style a little bit more solid than Khan though. You know, Khan jump in with that eat shit, and that should be looking good early, man. But after a while, you know, that shit starts slowing down. You start finding the timing. His defense ain't the best, so you can come over the top of some of them shots and land hard counter punches on the motherfucker. That's why he a good 6 round fighter. But you know, after that, he tapers off to a lot. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I do see similarities as far as them standing up straight with their chin in the air like some peacocks and shit. But I think the 215 and 15 amateur record for Ryan Garcia, I think that show up a little bit. I think he got a chance to go out there and stop Chaaaamps, but I ain't gonna take him by stoppage though. I'm gonna take him by decision because he coming off a layoff. Hell, I might take Chaaaamps. I might take Chaaaamps, man. I'm gonna have to think about that shit for a while. But for right now, I'm leaning towards Ryan Garcia in a deep amateur background. The Kane said, yeah, you read that. James Dunn said, what's good? Family showing love to y'all from South Carolina, man. We definitely appreciate you pulling up. Warzone, Marlo'S corner trades in the chat. Salute to you. D-Lo said, Goosen is a super solid trainer. Folks are clowning, but look how much better Areola looks late. And that's a damn good point, man. He rejuvenated that motherfucker. What you about to say, bro?
I was saluting Warzone when you saying.
Okay. Yeah, Goosen did a hell of a job, man. And I think like you know, Areola, he came in the lightest of his career, if I'm not mistaken. I don't remember what the weights was. It seemed like that motherfucker was in the 220s or something. I can't remember, man. I'm talking out of ignorance. But I know that he was light as far as the lightest of his career, if I'm not mistaken. And that shows like the discipline type of camp that Goosen is able to run. You no nonsense. You got to go in there and get on the program. So let's see if Ryan Garcia go get on the program.
Cyber Supreme, salute, bro.
Salute to you, bro. What's going down? Who you had in the Super Bowl? D'Lo said Goosen teaches throughout the entire fight and gets reactions from his fighters. None of that cheerleading in the corner shit. He do keep it real with him. Derek Bailey said, didn't Goosen train the Ruelas brothers? I don't even know nothing about no Ruelas brothers, bro. I'm gonna be 100 with you. And name sound kind of familiar to me though. JD80 said Miguel Teter Vasquez was IBF lightweight champion back in 2014. His belt was robbed by Mickey Bay. Gary Cully is an Irish unbeaten lightweight prospect. Okay, what's his amateur record and shit? Do you know? I'll get my lazy ass up and go look for it later on and go see what he accomplished. James Dunn said they all got glass chin. That's what they got similar. Yard straight. So they all got glass chin. I know they got glass eye sockets. It seems like every time the motherfuckers fight, they got a broken eye socket or something. Shamzilla said Billy Joe Saunders done got low, didn't he? Billy Joe Saunders done got low. I don't even know what that means, bro. I must be slow as a motherfucker. What that shit mean, bro?
His motherfucking ass done ducked off ever since he got that embarrassing ass with him.
Oh, he got his eye socket broke too in that fight. So he probably taking some time. I think that he was talking about retiring and shit though. It looked like he got one foot in retirement, the other one on the banana peel. James Dunn said Eubanks was at 154, then went to 160, left his crazy dad and got Roy. I know he started off at like 154, but I think he went up to 168 and then came back down to 160. That's what I think. D'Lo said he is back at 160. Okay, where are you coming from though? Warzone said Rams pulled it off halftime show. That shit. Hey man, I enjoyed that game, man. I enjoyed the halftime show. That's probably one of the only times I enjoyed the halftime show.
Hey,
I don't be.
I said that was the best halftime show I ever witnessed. And probably the best one in the Super Bowl.
That's what I was thinking, bro. I can't. I don't be enjoying that Bruno Mars and all that kind of shit, man. And when they play that shit, it's time to go outside and take a smoke break. You know what I'm saying? But this one right here, I enjoyed it. You know, that shit was cool. Let me scroll down. Cypher Supreme, salute to the block familiar. James Dunn saying Campos is rugged. That's Garcia's weakness. Well, that's a good point. That's a good point. The only thing about Campos is he just seemed like more of a mid-range type of fighter. If he was like an inside fighter that goes to the body a lot, I might would want to pick him a little. I might lean towards him a little bit more because to me that's like Garcia's biggest weakness, not being able to establish that distance. I don't really talk about that shit a lot because I think some people over talk about that shit because they don't know nothing else, so they talk about the obvious. A motherfucker take a step towards you, you take a step back, and they like, oh, he controlling distance, so beautiful. But when it comes to like a tall fighter like Garcia, I do think it's important. I don't think that a smaller, shorter guy should be able to get in your chest whenever he get ready. And I done seen him in professional fights where he couldn't keep a guy on the outside. He could, well, not even keep a guy on the outside. He couldn't keep a guy out of his chest. And I saw the same thing in sparring. And against a sparring partner, I'm like, damn, even in sparring, you can't keep this dude out your chest. But I don't really see Chaaaamps like that. I see him more like a mid-range kind of guy, but he is fucking rugged. So I do agree with you on that.
Hey, social scientist crazy motherfucker. He said, shout out to Janet Jackson titties. As
Yeah,
far as the Super Bowl halftime. Hey, that was a viral moment before viral was even heard of.
square business. Real shit. Uh Cypher said ended up not picking. You didn't pick nothing. Come on, man. Who you have in your mind? You know what I'm saying? Truth loose. Hello, beautiful soul surfers. Say smash that like, man. Definitely appreciate you. Welcome to the gym. This your first time. Unless it's somebody that we know that changed their name. Derek Bailey said it was Gabriel, and I can't remember the other dude's name, but one of hold on, but one of them killed a dude in the ring. I think De La Hoya fought one of them. Okay, you talking about the Ruelas brothers? Okay, I'm gonna have to go look it up, bro, and go see what's up with the Ruelas brothers. My boy the Kane said shout out to Jay. Okay, you read that already. Warzone said facts, Trey. Smoke break. Yeah, we starting to take a smoke break on that Bruno Mars shit on me. Square minute. D'Lo said a bout involved in one of the Ruelas brothers was a big reason I turned away from boxing for a time in the 90s. So I guess you talking about the fight they killed somebody that Derek Bailey was talking about. Moody Trayweather said Eubank started at 160, went up in weight, lost to Groves at 168, then went back down to 160. Okay, I knew it was something like that. God damn, we don't have us over here thinking we crazy. Well, yeah, I knew it was something like that. Let me scroll down. Truth Luke said I've been here a few times, but not many. Thanks for the warm welcome, my brother. Shit, welcome back to the gym, man. We just off in here talking a little boxing, man. We normally do live streams just about every weekend, but there wasn't really no fights for us to call. So we said, man, let's go over here and just do like a post Super Bowl live stream or something. You know what I'm saying? Talk a little shit. Because hey, me and Marlo, we both picked the Rams. We be trying to tell people, man, one of these days y'all gonna appreciate us how we come in here and just drop off that free game every weekend. You know what I'm saying? And plus, would nobody listen to us if we got all our picks wrong? We got to get some of this shit right. You know what I'm saying? Uh,
Real talk. Stop playing with our boys on that goddamn fantasy, man. Trying to get them motherfuckers chasing them points and shit. Got me in a hole like a motherfucker.
yeah, we got you in the strain, man. La D got her go smelling ass in the top 20 for the first time, so that's a little accomplishment for her. You know what I'm saying? Uh, D'Lo said his name was Jimmy Garcia. He was in a coma for days before he passed. Okay, I never even heard about that shit, man. They might probably got a documentary or something about that. Cypher Supreme said kept going back and forth with the trade, so I just stood neutral on it. Yeah, man, I had to go ahead and take them Rams, man. I just felt like they had the better roster, but I will say it did seem like Cincinnati had more depth. It didn't seem like if they just lost one player, it would change everything. The Rams, I was like, man, they got a strong roster, but just losing one player, losing Odell Beckham, that shit just changed the whole complexion of the game. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't gonna even lie, I wasn't expecting that. I was kind of surprised. DeCane said, what do y'all think of Jacobs' Ryder decision? I haven't seen the fight yet, bro. People coming here saying that it was a robbery, though. I was I read about it. They said that Jacobs got off to a good start, switched southpaw in the second half of the fight, and he let Ryder get back in the fight. But I haven't seen it though, man. So whenever I get a chance, I'm gonna check it out and I'll let you know what I think. Did you get a chance to see that shit yet, bro? I know we ain't been on the zone.
Nah, I ain't even watched no highlights or nothing. I want to see it though, cause I've been hearing that the decision was whack. The shit, his own probably tired his ass, cause I thought Gabe Rosado could have pulled off the win. They was gonna give it to Ryder. They could have gave it to Gabe.
Yeah. Let me scroll down. Warzone, hold on, am I in the right spot? Warzone said, I gotta check my Chaaaamps Ross. Yo, get your ass in the Chaaaamps Ross. I want to stomp a mud hole in your ass in the Chaaaamps Ross because you a fight caller. There can only be one, and that's me, Trey motherfucking X. So get your ass in that Chaaaamps Ross so I can stomp a mud hole in you. Derek Bailey said, yeah, me and D-Lo and Marlo are grouped together on the Chaaaamps Ross, so I don't feel bad. Shit, hey, ain't no wrong with a little company.
Yeah, ain't nothing wrong with it. We sell these, my man. Hold it.
Yeah. Appreciate that super chat for Cypher Supreme TV, man. God damn. The motherfucker be holding us down, man.
Stay blessed. Appreciate you, bro.
Definitely appreciate that shit. Square business. Uh Shamzilla said I might be off topic, but Shakur looking unstoppable these days. I don't see him losing no time soon. Mike Tyson told him to go get some of them belts overseas. Good advice, goddamn me. Yeah, man. I mean, he pretty much a world beater in my opinion. You know, I'm always quoting his accolades and shit. You know, I think what hey D-Lo, you had sent me his amateur record, but I forgot what it was. What was it like? 132 and 15 or some shit like that. I think it was something like that. That might be Earl Spence. That might be Earl Spence record I just said.
Hey, James Don said no robbery. He said that boy hit Jacobs with a 24 hit combo. He said consecutive punches. I was shaking my head. It sounded like a goddamn Street Fighter game.
Man, I gotta go check that shit out. Uh, but yeah, Shakur Stevenson, man, he a youth world champion, Olympic silver medalist. He over there with Terrence Crawford. Terrence Crawford is active with the young fighters, you know what I'm saying, helping them along the way, sparring with them and all that kind of stuff. He's surrounded by other good fighters like Keyshawn Davis. So, you know, iron sharpen iron, you know what I'm saying? So I do think he's moving in a good direction, man. He got the amateur background. They started to put him in the bigger fights and stuff now. Just beat Jamel Herring. Now he about to fight Oscar Valdez. That's also like a step up to me because I think Valdez is better than Herring. You know, Valdez got 204 amateur fights. He ain't coming to lay down. But I do think Shakur should go in there and school him, should go in there and beat him. And yeah, that's good for him, man. I think it's gonna be hard to beat him too. Real shit. It's gonna be hard to beat him. Or I'm at. D'Lo said, yeah, Trey Gabriel Ruelas was clearly changed after that fight, which is understandable. Yeah. He lost that is what he said. Shamzilla said Jacobs got old overnight. I thought he did enough to win, even though he faded in the second half of the fight. So you thought he did enough to win, even though he faded in the second half. Okay, so I'm seeing like some varying opinions of it. Some people feel like it was a robbery. Some people I heard say they felt like it could go either way. And I done seen some people say that it was just. And that's what James Don just said. The Kane Deal said the decision was ass. Rosado was commentating doing the unofficial scorecard. He had Jacobs winning, but said, now he knows how I feel. Yeah. Motherfucker done went out there and got a gift on it. Where my nigga Warzone go, man? He done got mad and left because I'm talking shit to him about the Chaaaamps Ross. Don't tell me my nigga sensitive. D-Lo said random. I'm sitting here watching Birth of a Nation. What the hell you sitting up there watching some shit like that for, my brother? He said, I know better than this shit. Knowing I'm about to go to work. Yeah, man, cut that shit out, bro. Yeah, we just had a good day, man. We just had us a good Super Bowl. We off here chilling as brothers. You know what I'm saying? Chopping it up a little bit. Everything is all good in the world, man. Cut that shit out, bro. Sometimes you just got to give it a rest. You know what I'm saying? Give that shit a rest, bro. DeCane said Jacobs been saying he wants to be a Hall of Famer, but doesn't fight like he wants it that bad. You got to be active too, man. That's my number one thing. I know y'all might discredit it or dismiss it, but in my opinion, you got to be active as a fighter. And if you ain't fought in like 14 months or some shit like that, that's a long time to be out the ring, man. Especially when you fighting on this level. This guy John Rodder, he's proven that he's good enough to go in there and upset somebody. He should have beat Callum Smith, in my opinion. I thought that shit was a robbery. You know what I'm saying? So, you got to be active, man. You can't just be fighting these type of guys and you ain't fought in over a year. That shit tough, man. The man ain't fought since 2020. Uh, James Dunn said, for real, Jacobs thought he was Bud. When Southpaw after he hit and that boy was catching him with the stick, that boy was punch drunk. See, I ain't even see the fight, bro. I just read about the fight. But when I read that he was going Southpaw, I had it in my mind that it must be just. I know some people saying it probably it ain't just. It's some bullshit. You know what I'm saying? But him going Southpaw just wasn't a good sign. I picked Jacobs in the fight on the Chaaaamps. But if somebody would have told me before the fight that he was gonna go Southpaw, I would have picked Ryder. I don't believe in Jacobs as no motherfucking Southpaw. All right, my nigga Warzone said I was just checking my scores. I'm 49th. I'm coming for you, Trey. Well, come on with something then, man. Shit, I'm just talking shit on the channel raw, man, having fun with it. King said Trex ran Warzone out the building. That's what I was thinking, but he said he's still in the building though. The King said, yeah, he beat Smith on my card. So he said he beat him. He beat Smith. Oh, he beat Callum Smith on your card. Okay. Yeah, man. That fight right there kind of reminded me of the fight that Tyson Fury had with that Southpaw that was kind of shorter. He was shorter than him. I know D-Lo be telling me, man, that motherfucker was 6'5", Trey X. He's not that short, but he's 4 inches shorter than Tyson Fury. So he had a little trouble with that style, that short southpaw. And I saw the same thing with John Ryder, when he fought Callum Smith. You know, Callum Smith tall. What is that motherfucker, man? We about what, 6'3" or something like that? He about 6'3". And John Ryder, he looked like he about shit 5'10" or something, man. And just that short southpaw, man, it can be a tricky puzzle. You know what I'm saying? Because when you got a shorter guy, you don't really have as much area to hit on. Because you got certain parts of the body that you don't want to hit at all, like hitting them high on the head and shit. So that's kind of off the table a little bit, unless you don't mind hitting somebody in the forehead. But for the most part, you don't want to be doing that. So just having that short motherfucker, then that southpaw stance, that can throw you off a little bit. As a matter of fact, I lost my first fight against somebody that was shorter than me.
Hey, and that motherfucker, he the sharpest tool in the shed to try to be a switch hitter like that. Like I think against GGG it was, or was it Canelo? I believe it was Triple G. The motherfucker switched stands at the wrong time against the ropes when he was being aggressive. You know what I'm saying? That shit be weird looking. That's why probably that frustration word came in with King of Kings. I think said that he get frustrated with the boy footwork. Look clumsy.
Yeah, I was saying that shit too. Like he looked like he frustrated. He looking for some answers when he be switching stances. The Kane, okay, I read that. Let me scroll down. I read Warzone. Shamzilla said, I have a question. Can anyone tell me if the WBC actually raised the clenbuterol level with Vada for Canelo? I need to know. That's what I heard, man. That's really not my area. You know what I'm saying? But I have heard people say that shit. I won't be surprised. I think they said they raised the threshold.
Yep, like a few points or something. That came out of what's the name out, didn't it? Out of Superman.
Well, shit, there it is. The game, but I'm gonna say this. I know some people been complaining that he ain't fighting Charlo, he fighting against Bivol. I think Bivol is a tougher opponent, in my opinion. He had 175, 168 and 15 amateur. Got different amateur accomplishments and shit in different tournaments. He didn't win at the Olympics or nothing. He might have won like a bronze at the AIBA World Championships, but don't hold me to that though. But I know he was winning gold in the cadet games and all that kind of shit. And some of those tournaments are international tournaments, you know what I'm saying? So you got that deep background. You fighting against Kovalev and all them guys. So, the guy can fight. Got a slick type of style. I think he a tough opponent. If Canelo go out there and beat him, I think he deserves some credit for it. And I'm gonna give the motherfucker some credit. Let me scroll down. Dilo said I was watching something else on TUBU. I don't even know what that is, bro. Appreciate that super chat. Square business. TUBU. I don't even know what that is. He said it came on afterwards. I'm not really paying attention to it. I'm into this boxing conversation, but I know it's on. Okay. I thought he said he was watching Birth of a Nation. D-Lo said, yes, they raised the limits. They think they justified it. Okay, I got you. Mike Hennigan. So now Eddie Hearn's throwing out the option to Canelo to fight Ryder in the UK. Even though I don't ride with Canelo, he would smash Ryder. I think he'll smash Ryder too. That's not no fight that I would be interested in watching. You know what I'm saying? That's like a B-level fighter going against an A-level fighter. It's better fights out there that can be made than John Ryder. But hey, respect to John Ryder, you know, getting his name put in the hat. You know what I'm saying? As far as him and his family go, that's a good thing. He went out there and got him a big upset. He should want to fight somebody like Canelo. But as a boxing fan, that's not nothing that makes me want to watch. How you feel about that, John Ryder and Canelo, bro?
I wouldn't want to see that. D-Lo, in the super chat, appreciate you, bro. Yeah, I would want to see that, man. I was looking forward to Charlo versus Canelo. Oh, that might not happen now. This fool got some charges, but I ain't mad at Bill. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather see Bill.
Okay. Said Ival is a crafty fighter. I think you're a crafty fighter, bro. Warzone said Jacob Style makes me mad. He could have washed Ryder. He fights too passive, but I thought he won by decision. Well, hell, we said the same thing when he fought Triple G. When I first watched the fight, I thought Triple G could have won. Like one what I had that shit? 114, 113 for Triple G, some shit like that. I think I had Triple G 7-5. So that's 115, 113. Jacobs had lost the point, so I had the 115, 112 for Triple G. But when I watched it again, I had the 75 for Jacobs, and he lost the point. So I had a 114 to 113 for Danny Jacobs when I watched it again. But he was too passive, man. He could have stepped on the gas a little bit more and put some exclamation points on them rounds instead of just winning close rounds. You know what I'm saying? But I thought he did enough to beat Triple G. So I agree with you. What I'm saying is I agree with you. James Dunn said, hold up. I got to disagree. Birth of a Nation, Imitation of Life, watch him. Generational Black Poverty. I'm not saying I'm against watching. I'm talking about today. Today is Super Bowl Sunday, man. We just chilling. We ain't got to be on that shit every goddamn day. That's why I say, man, sometimes you got to give it a rest and live life too. Like some people, they live outraged all the time. And everybody got a right to do what they want to do. But I'm the type of guy, man, I like to live life too, man. Like I like to understand history, understand context, all of that. But I still like fucking hoes. I like smoking me some good weed. I like doing all kind of fun shit. I stay in Texas. It be sunny as fuck outside. I'm gonna go enjoy life too. So I'm just saying, nigga, it's Super Bowl Sunday, man. Have some fun. Don't be on no motherfucking Birth of a Nation today. Watch that shit tomorrow. The Kane Deal said Bivol Ben said he thinks he can beat Canelo. Yeah, I heard him say that. I hope they fight at 175 and not 168 because I was hearing him say that he was gonna fight him at 168 or some shit. That was back in the day though. I hope this fight is at 175. D'Lo said I saw 140. Hold on. I saw 140 and 13, but I've also seen something like 55 and 6. Who you talking about? I had asked you about Shakur because I know you had sent me an article and shit that had his record. I'm just gonna look back on Hangouts and go find that shit. Shams Ellis said, "Who you got, Andrade or Benavidez?" Man, I'm not taking nobody with 15 amateur fights over Andrade. I just can't do it. You know what I'm saying? Just a principle. I can't do it. I'm taking Andrade. I think he'll beat him by decision. I think he'll go out there and outbox him. I say 7-5, 8-4. I'm taking Andrade. Too slick, too smooth. He know too much about boxing. That man done forgot more than Benavidez could even dream about knowing about boxing. Benavidez is strong though. He's young, he's strong. He got a lot of tread on them tires, man. He is gonna come. He gonna bring a tough fight to Andrade. But I think Andrade has the skills to get past Benavidez. That's who I'm rolling with. I ain't betting on it or none of that, so don't come talking shit to me. I'm gonna price myself out, goddamn me. Hell, I want to bet $1 million. uh, D-Lo said he got Android. James Dunn said, yo, so was Charlo charged? Oh, I heard it was from last September. If so, it's bad when them folks know what to do to stop your momentum. That's square business. I didn't really know much about the shit, man. I just saw what happened. And El Chapo had sent I didn't even know until El Chapo sent it to me. He was like, well, I guess he done fucked off the Canelo fight. And shit, I guess that's what he did. But me personally, I didn't think he was gonna fight him anyway.
I thought it was old too. Y'all remember that video of him slapping the camera out of somebody's hand or some shit like that? I thought it had something to do with that shit, but I don't know. I ain't even. I just was shaking my head like, damn, it's always something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. D'Lo said, seems the Derevyanchenko and Triple G bouts took the last of the out of Jacobs. Well, Jacobs did beat Derevyanchenko. How did I have that fight when I first watched that shit? I don't need. What was the score of that fight? I'm thinking about Selecki. That's what I'm thinking about. I don't even remember how that fight went. I just remember I picked Danny Jacobs because Derevyanchenko, his opponents at that point, they wasn't worth a fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like they combined win percentage. I think they combined record was like 22-23 or some shit. And I was like, man, that's weak as fuck. I know he got 410 amateur fights, but his professional fights, I don't think they would get him ready for Danny Jacobs. So I took Danny Jacobs. I think I ain't tripping, man. I know I took Danny Jacobs in one of them big fights. I think Danny Jacobs fought both Selecki and Derevyanchenko. Am I tripping? Mike Hennigan say, facts, Trey. Enjoying life is important. At 60 years old, that's all I do is enjoy life. Smoke me some good weed and love some good pussy. Hey, man. Hey, bro, I hope that it's an afterlife. I hope, it's a God and we can all go to heaven or whatever the case might be. But hey, man, one thing that I know that's for sure is that I'm alive right now. You know what I'm saying? I got to enjoy this life, man. I only get one of them. You know what I'm saying? So I can't be outraged and angry 24 hours a day. I could be angry for a few hours or whatever, but not 24, bro. I got to have some time to have some fun. You know what I'm saying? That's just what it is. D'Lo said, yes, Shakur. Okay, Shakur amateur record, 140-13. That's not ringing a bell. I'm going to have to go back and go find it. King of Kings said, that shit I thought happened in September. Okay, so he said that shit was some old shit, September. D'Lo said 10-2, 9-3 for Andre. So he think it'd be like a dominating performance. You know what? I'm going to settle in on 8-4. I know Benavidez is tough. He going to come throw a bunch of punches. I'm going to say 8-4 just out of respect for him. But if it ended up being 9-3 or 10-2, I wouldn't be too surprised. I just feel like the gap in skill is just too wide. And plus, I need to go look at Benavidez against some southpaws too. I can't really just think of no solid examples in my mind about Benavidez against a southpaw. Hey, what's some southpaws that Benavidez been fighting, y'all? Because I can't even think of now. I don't even know how he would approach that situation. You know what I'm saying? I do know that he go out there and switch hit and shit though. Benavidez is one of them. See, like when we think about the switch hitters, we think about the slick guys. We think about Bruce Ennis. We think about Crawford. But the Mexicans and shit been switching too. Emmanuel Navarrete, he'll switch hitter. It's Benavidez boy. He'll switch hitter. Figueroa's. Both the Figueroa brothers, they switch hitters. So, they got that shit going on too. You know what I'm saying? And Benavidez got that. So that's a little wrinkle for Andre. Andre, he gonna have to deal with a Mexican that come forward, Mexican style. He bring hellfire and brimstone, throw a bunch of punches, and he'll switch hitter. Got a good chin too. So that's gonna be hard on Andre, but I think that he got the skills to get the job done. What you think, bro? Who you got?
UD, Andre. I think Andre definitely keep him up off of him with the stick. I think he'll do 10 times better than what what Darrell had shown him. Darrell was doing real good until that cut happened, and he still was able to do a little something. But I think Andre would be able to keep him off of him and score a whole lot of points throughout the round. Man, I don't think that big, tough, aggressive shit ain't gonna really mean nothing if we can't get close to him. I'll take him by UD. I see it. What's that? 8-4. You know what I'm saying? Something like that.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, and another thing too, Darrell, when he was out there outboxing them, but it ain't like he was out there looking gallant or looking graceful, because he was standing up straight and shit. He was boxing and he was turning them, but he still was like presenting a real big target. One thing I like about Andre, he presents a smaller target. You know what I'm saying? He got that knee flexion and shit. He don't just stand straight up. And plus, he coming from the southpaw stance, like I keep on saying. So if Benavidez is having trouble with a guy with some mobility and was able to use a little angle, but he was standing up straight and presenting a big target, I think he's gonna have trouble with a smaller target that's being elusive and coming from that southpaw stance. But we'll see though, man. One thing about it, I can't help the motherfucker. Cypher Supreme said, "Yeah, I thought Stevenson was 61-6 in the amateur." Well, D'Lo sent me an article, man, that had like 140, 150 fights. I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna find that shit on the hangout. James Dunn said, "See, if it's old in the country you in don't like him, they know his name was in the running for the fight. They like, nope, we gonna tarnish this. Go to jail before May, goddamn me." That kind of crossed my mind too, man. You know, like when I don't it's really not my expertise, like to be talking about racism and all that kind of shit. I know it exists, but I just know that it's people that's a lot more qualified to talk about it than me. You know what I'm saying? But when I see shit like that, like with timing, it do cross my mind. Like it kind of made me think about Deshaun Watson, the quarterback for the Houston Texans. Like he got caught up with them girls on the internet with the massages and shit. But I just thought the timing was kind of crazy because he was talking about leaving. You know what I'm saying? And boom, they hit him with that. Canelo, he talking about he might fight Charlo. Boom, Charlo get hit with this shit. I might be way off base, but it crossed my mind. You know what I'm saying? Because I just know what kind of sport boxing is, man. I like reading them boxing books and shit. So I'm reading about Peter Jackson and all them kind of guys. And boxing ain't been kind to us, man, like 100%. Let me scroll down. Uh oh shit. I don't hold on. All right. Warzone said hold on. I can't wait to see Shakur beat Oscar Valdez. And Uga said he's gonna dominate Southpaw Earl Spence Jr. Well, yeah, I'm looking forward to Shakur and Valdez. That's like a miniature super fight, even though Valdez got tarnished when he fought against Robson Conceição, because I thought he lost that fight. You know what I'm saying? But he a good fighter. I know he's tough. He got a broken jaw against Scott Quigley and finished the fight. That shows some toughness.
And Ugas also thought his hairline would be back at 21, but shit, that never happened.
Well, Uga's got the alopecia and shit, but he called himself the Southpaw Killer. And Earl is coming off a long layoff. Earl hasn't fought since November of 2020. So that's a pretty long layoff. You got a guy that's coming out the Cuban boxing school, 300 amateur fights, Cuban Olympic bronze medalist. He gonna come fight back. And he say that his nickname that they gave him is a Southpaw Killer. That's what Uga say they call him, the Southpaw Killer. I think it's gonna be a tough fight, man. I ain't gonna even lie to you. Like right now, I'm kind of 50-50 because of the activity. If Earl was active, because like, all right, it's gonna be like 17 months since his last fight by the time they fight. His last fight was in November of 2020. So that's 12 months, then you go 5 more months. Yeah, that's 17 months. That's a long time, man. So I'm kind of 50-50 with it right now. I'm probably gonna end up taking Earl. You know what I'm saying? I think he got advantages. Because I don't think Ugas like body shots. I saw that against Thomas Delorme.
Hey, just to clarify for all the people be like a nitpick. I ain't talking about the man alopecia. I was making a joke about the man hairline. Let's get it right.
Oh man, I hope that nobody get bent out of shape on no shit like that. Well, I know how people are though. But yeah, I think it's gonna be a tough fight, man. I think it's gonna be a hard ass fight. If Earl go out there and beat Ugas coming off a long layoff like that, I think it's pretty impressive. I know he ain't gonna get that type of credit from people, but I think it's impressive. Um, Warzone said, okay, I read them. Scroll down. D'Lo said it made sense to pick Jacobs over Darian Chinkos, and Jacobs got to keep their trainer, but it was a really close battle. Yeah, I forgot about that shit. They had the same trainer, and Rozier had to go with Jacobs. I forgot about that shit. Man, you got a pretty good memory. Well, man. Phil Smith said, Andre will be doo-doo when Benavidez waffle stumps his ass. All right, we'll see. You must like Charlo. You think Charlo will beat Benavidez? I think Benavidez will whoop Charlo ass. Matter of fact, I think Charlo will get his ass whooped by Janabek, Aleem Kanuli. I think he'll beat. I ain't gonna say he'll beat the brakes off of, but I think he'll beat him. 308 amateur, AIBA world champion, Southpaw. I already seen Charlo have problem with the Southpaw Korobov. He went out there and won the fight, but he was down on the cards and he had to come down the stretch strong to win that fight. So I'm not seeing a guy that I think is great at beating Southpaws. So I don't know what the fuck he'll do if he fight Aleem Kanuli. I think Aleem Kanuli will beat him. King of Kings said Andre gets stopped out there. All right, we're gonna see. Hopefully we get a chance to see the fight. D'Lo said I was leading towards 12-0. His feet are slow out there. You think 12-0? I'm gonna stay on 8-4, man. I do got some kind of respect for the motherfucker. Salute to Hyphy. What's going down? Warzone said Andre by unanimous decision. Goddamn. I mean, let's lock in on these boys.
Ivy, salute, bro.
D'Lo said it's a fantasy fight right now, though. Yeah, that's what it is. I think they got it's a little action at us seeing it. Moody Trayweather said Deshaun Watson. Yeah, that timing on that shit was kind of suspicious looking. Warzone say facts. D'Lo said, yeah, Andre wouldn't get in there and suddenly turn orthodox and stay there versus David Benavidez. Oh, no. That don't even make sense, even though he can, because I think he ambidextrous. Sam Zilla said Tony Harrison have been out the ring over a year already. I would love to see him back in the mix again. Boy got talent. He just needs to stop. He just needs to stop showboating with his peacocking ass. Yeah, I think his heart wasn't really in the fight in his last fight because he lost his pops and stuff. But also, styles make fights. I can't remember the name of that guy that he was fighting, but he had some pretty good speed. Marlo did an interview with him. What's his name, bro? The name that guy that beat Tony Harrison in his last fight. Well, he didn't beat him. They ruled it a draw.
Yeah, Brian Perella.
Yeah, he got a little speed, got a little combination, and Harrison was looking kind of slow out there in that fight. You know what I'm saying? So just styles making fights. It seemed like that was like a tough matchup for Harrison to have that high volume fighter with some decent speed. He didn't really have no power, but he was able to, get off some pretty good offense. Scroll down. Mike Hennigan said, I was looking forward to Benavidez versus Uzcategui. I was looking forward to that shit too. Because that fight with Kyron Davis wasn't even competitive. Yeah, he came in on short notice and shit. He probably would have got the hell beat out of him anyway. But Kyron Davis showed some heart in that fight. I left feeling relatively impressed with his toughness. I know he went out there and lost, but he showed me some grit. I didn't even know he had that kind of grit. But I was looking forward to Benavidez versus Uzcategui, though. I thought that would have been like a dog fight. Warzone said, yeah, them layoffs hurt. Yeah, them layoffs hurt, man. You got to stay active. You know what I'm saying? Like when you active in the ring all the time and like you in some good shape, I swear, like your body will do things without you having to like try. It's kind of hard for me to explain. Like when you in some good shape, somebody will shoot a jab and you will slip it and come right back with a right hand without even thinking about it. You will impress yourself. You be like, damn, that shit was nice. And it's like my body did it on its own because I'm sharp. You know what I'm saying? I'm on top of everything. And I just think that's important in boxing. You know the difference when you ain't been in the ring for a long time. When you go back in the gym, it feel like you're hitting a little hard. Like when you're hitting the bags, it feel like you're hitting hard because all them stabilizer muscles and all that kind of shit, everything that healed up. But when you actually get inside the ring and start throwing punches with somebody that's throwing punches at you, you'll see the difference. You know what I'm saying? Your shit just ain't automatic like it normally is. Normally, the motherfucker do something like you come with the remedy, like like automatically without even having to think about it. You know what I'm saying? That's what being sharp do for you. So that's why I like a fighter to be sharp, especially when I'm picking knockouts on the Chaaaamps Ross. Chaaampps Zilla said Ugas don't throw enough punches to beat Earl. 8-4 Earl. That's a good point. Earl definitely do got the punch output. But Ugas did get out punched by Pacquiao though. So, that's something that I guess he can have his confidence that he was more economical against Pacquiao, but he still was winning rounds. And Pacquiao was throwing more punches. You know what I'm saying? So I guess that's something he can look at, but I would lean towards more what you said. I think that the volume of punching from Earl Spence, I think that would be something that would be an advantage for him in this fight. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, Ugas did have an experience that can give him some confidence moving forward. Um, Fucking man, D'Lo said Harrison has a fight coming up on the same card, Lubin versus Fondor. I forgot about that fight, man. Lubin versus Fondor. I can't wait for that one. I think Lubin gonna go out there and beat the motherfucker. Fondor do got like 120 amateur fights though, so he got a little background. Towering Inferno, 6'7" motherfucker at 154. Some shit that I ain't never even seen before. You know what I'm saying? But I think Lubin gonna go out there and beat him. 140, 143-7. You know what I'm saying? Won all kind of national championships. Southpaw. And he done paid some dues. He done been through some tough situations in his fight game, and he done bounced back, came back with something. You know what I'm saying? He could be like the comeback fighter of the decade or some shit. Hey, what you think about Lubin versus Fondor, bro? How you see that fight going?
Man, it depends on Fundora. If he can take them shots from Luke, he can take hella shots from motherfuckers. He like to he a straight up and down fighter. He long as a motherfucker. He like to throw uppercuts and shit like that. But I see Luke probably taking him down, man, chopping that tree down like a motherfucker. I don't see Fundora really stopping Lubin or anything being a hell of a threat to Lubin. It's probably been a little difficult for Lubin to get in there. I think he'll figure it out. I'll take Lubin over Fundora.
Okay. I'm taking Lubin too. One thing about Fondor, he's another one of the Mexicans that switch. You got to throw him on that list. Miguel Burchell, Emmanuel Navarrete, this kid Fondora. Yeah, there was another one that I had named earlier. I can't remember who it was. Oh, yeah, David Benavidez. They ain't just like the slickest type of fighter, but they do like to switch hits. So that is like a extra variable that you got to account for. You know what I'm saying? Um, King of Kings said Ugas is coming off a career best win. That's true. So he coming in with some confidence. You know what I'm saying? He just beat Pacquiao. So he coming in feeling good about himself. Hyphy said Benavidez will beat Charlo and Morrell Jr. will stop Benavidez. I can see that happening. I can see that happening, man. I think Morrell Jr. is just something about him, man. I see some tough shit in him. You know what I'm saying? Like when I saw him against Alantez Fox, I keep on saying it, but I never seen Fox in an emergency like that, especially early in the fight. Like, nigga, it's like the second round and it's emergency, cold red. Like Pops is thinking about throwing a towel in like 4 or 5 rounds. He ain't never seen his son in no situation like that. His son had lost, a couple of fights, but he ain't never been hugged out like this. You know what I'm saying? That shit just stood out to me. He a southpaw, Cuban, come from that Cuban school, 130-2 amateur record. I don't know his amateur accomplishments, but he don't really look like he got the slickest style either. But he just seemed like he a hard fighting motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? So I actually think him and Benavidez would be like a fight of the year candidate. Marlo said he'll lean toward Benavidez. I lean toward Morrell. You know what I'm saying? So it's like a competitive fight. Some people pick one way, some people pick the other. I would love to see that fight. Mike Hennigan said I got spinced by a knockout over Ugis. Goddamn me. D'Lo said Ugis is the most active of all the top welterweights. Well, that's something that could serve him in this fight. You know what I'm saying? We'll see. Hyphy said, who needs to retire first, Hurd, Jacobs, or Gamboa? Well, Jacobs and Gamboa, it seems like they done got, at the end of their career, they slowing down. Hurd, I'm concerned about his health. You know what I'm saying? But he is pretty young, but the amount of punches that he take, I know that's a hard life, man. You take all them punches, and then we ain't even thinking about the punches he taking sparring. You know what I'm saying? That's a bunch of goddamn punches. Some people be like, man, well, sparring, you ain't really going 100%. I don't really be saying like this kind of shit too much because like technically, like this shit ain't supposed to be going on, but they got smokers in boxing. Like when people say, I want all the smoke, I thought that shit came from boxing. Because that's what we used to say back in the day. Like a smoker is like, it's damn near like a real fight, but y'all fighting with 16-ounce gloves. It's a referee there and everything. It's gonna be people in there cheering, your team cheering for you. When they get done, it be some judges, or sometimes they might let the crowd judge. Like what I had said earlier, when Mayweather in the gym, when they had Hakeem Rockman, when he had fought for his little brother against that guy from the UK. Y'all remember everybody was in there betting money. And then after the sparring session, they judged who they thought won. And they said that Hakeem Rockman's son won the fight. That was a smoker. You know what I'm saying? I forgot what the fuck I was talking about, but yeah, that was a smoker right there. I'm on this weed and shit, man. Oh yeah, I was talking about Hurd. So we got Hurd. Man, that's a bunch of punches this motherfucker taking, man. I could see Hurd slurring his speech when he like in his 40s or some shit. You know what I'm saying? Like Gamboa and Jacobs, I don't really see them winning big fights, but I don't really think about their health the way I think about Hurd. Because just in his young career, man, like god damn, that dude takes so many fucking punches. And that's why he out there trying to box. He out there trying to move around and box a little bit now because he got tired of taking them punches. And I had predicted that shit too a few years ago. I said, man, this man can't keep walking through these punches. He gonna want to start learning how to box. And that's what he's doing now, trying to box. So I would say Hurd for the health. What's your opinion, bro? Who you think needs to retire first? Jerry Hurd, Danny Jacobs, or Gamboa? Yuri Orkis Gamboa.
Hurd, Hurd, then Gamboa. I'll pick Hurd first. Then I'll pick Gamboa. But Hurd, both of them motherfuckers, just hang them up.
Yeah, that's the amateur backgrounds too, because Jacobs 137-7, Gamboa had like 350 fights. Hurd, he was like, I saw this shit a long time ago. I can't remember what it was. It was
Black
like
Star, Black Star Sports TV. Salute, fam.
salute to you. I can't remember what Hurd was, man. It was like 40 or 50 fights though. It wasn't a whole bunch. So he don't have that same like knowledge of boxing to protect himself. You know what I'm saying? I trust Gamboa and Jacobs them to protect themselves a little bit better than Hurd. I don't think he can take them punches like that. D'Lo said if Errol goes out there and beats Ugas off a layoff and eye surgery, he gets kudos from me. I may have to pick him over Bud now. Not let me not get too carried away. No, stand on your pick. Goddamn, you roll with Bud Crawford. James Dunn talking about the muscle memory. That's why I be talking about the amateur background so much, man. I'm real big on muscle memory. Oh, you talking about why your body do what it's gonna do without you having to think about it? Yeah, that muscle memory. That's why I be talking about that shit so much. D'Lo's talking about Jacobs. Okay, Jacobs need to retire first. I think that's what you're saying. DeCane said, "I really want Lubin to beat Dog." Saying, "Yeah, I want to see him beat him too." You know what I'm saying? I do like Dalzim though, because he make for action fights. You know what I'm saying? That's why they like to frequently put him on pay-per-views and stuff like that, because he brings a lot of action. But and plus he vulnerable. You know, he come to hit and he come to get hit. But I like Lubin's story though, man. I like an underdog story. I like a guy that was brave enough to take a chance in the ring. And I know he came up short. He got knocked the fuck out in the first round. But he didn't run into hiding. He didn't say I got mental health problems like Ryan Garcia. That motherfucker went back to the drawing board, strung together a couple of victories. Now he got him another potential victory that he can put on that string. A motherfucker that's undefeated and got a little respect in the fight game. I don't really hear nobody saying he gonna be a undisputed champion or nothing, but you know, when you think about Fandor, you know he gonna come fight back. He ain't gonna go in there and lay down. So if Lubin go in there and beat him, I think he deserves some respect. So I like Lubin's story, man, and I hope that he, you know, take it as far as he can take that shit, man. Salute to Lubin. Cypher Supreme said, I heard Booth's next opponent will be Castillo Clayton. Should be an interesting fight. Yeah, we were chopping it up about that fight. Marlo said he feel like Castillo Clayton gonna get his ass toe off the bone. And I think he gonna lose too, but I just hope that he can go some rounds. At least give me 8. That's my magic number. Please give me 8 rounds, Castillo Clayton, and you'll do your job. And fight back a little bit too. Shamzilla said facts about Lubin. He definitely faced his adversity and bounced back. Goddamn, yeah, he ain't running to hide. He said shit. He came back. That's one thing that like about boxing. That like for me as a youngster, because I done seen a bunch of people in gyms, but I done seen a bunch of people that didn't come back. They go in there and get their ass whooped, and you don't never see them again. That's why to this day I always got respect for my boy Debo. Because my boy Debo, he the only friend I ever had that I invited to the gym and he actually came. And he, you know, he took his lumps. I had to whoop his ass one day. Because he was talking that shit to me all day in school, man. I told her, like, bro, I'm open, my nigga. You are a novice. You can't fuck with me, bro. But, you know, he had to get his ass toe up. But look, he kept on coming back, though. So they just let me know, you know what I'm saying? He was square business. And Lubin comes back. So I got some respect for Lubin. King of Kings said Lubin has put in work. That's how you move back up. That's how you come back with something. Bounce back on their ass. Hyphy said Fandor is the worst fighter I've seen this decade. His sister looks just like him, minus the bowl cut, goddamn me. He said the worst fighter. You say Fandor. I was thinking about Figueroa for some reason. But yeah, Fandor the worst fighter? I don't think he's the worst fighter, bro. You know, he got a little bit of method to his madness. He just tall as fucking look. I guess you're saying it because he's tall and he give up his height. He like to fight on the inside, even though he's a tall guy. So I look at him more as a fighter, not necessarily as like a terrible. I look at him more as like a fighter or a brawler instead of just being like a terrible commodity in the ring. I just appreciate the action. You know what I'm saying? He make for good fights. Warzone said Lubin for sure, easy work. Sam Zilla said hit that like button, man. Definitely would appreciate it. Everybody hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't. You know what I'm saying? Warzone said Morrell is a dog. Yeah, I see a dog in Morrell too, man. You know what I'm saying? You got to break the glass against Morrell, nigga. It's emergency. Cold red. Mike Hennigan said, and Pops never throw in the towel, goddamn me. And Pops never throw in the towel. Oh, yeah, you talking about Alantez Fox Pop. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody looking to do no shit like that. But hey, you probably like, man, let me go ahead and throw in this towel for this boy mama start tripping when we get home. You know the mama don't want nothing to happen to her baby. So let me go ahead and throw this towel in. Let me get my nigga up out of here. You know my nigga ass is like, man, let me throw this towel in and get my nigga out this fire. James Dunn said, why he fighting Fandor? I don't think that's a good fight for Erickson. I hate to go against my brother. I got Fandor. Well, Fandor coming to fight back, bro. He ain't coming to lay down. He can hit you from the other side of the ring. So I would expect to be some people that's gonna pick Fandor, but when it comes to the odds of the fight, I think that Lubin gonna probably be like a 3-1 favorite. I can see minus 300, maybe even minus 500. I can see him being like a 5-1 favorite over this guy. If you just look at the two fighters in totality, I think that you got to lean towards Lubin. But I do know that Fundora is a dangerous opponent. He gonna come fight back. So I wouldn't be too surprised. I say I give him a 30% chance to win the fight. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'll say 70-30. Mike Hennigan said, damn right, I love those smoker fights. Yeah, a lot of people don't be knowing about those smoker, man. They just think that sparring is just you moving around with each other and all this kind of shit. Like, man, it be some days that the sparring be knocked down, dragged out. I'm talking about motherfuckers in there getting hurt. You know what I'm saying? Everything ain't just peaches and cream, because what you gotta do is you gotta kind of like recreate what's gonna take place on fight day. And if everything is all sweet, sugar and spice and everything nice, you ain't gonna be ready for fight day. You gonna go in there and get your ass whooped. You gotta have them days where y'all go in there and y'all go to war. Gotta go to war sometime. And they ain't always matched up evenly either. You know what I'm saying? I remember one time, and this is one reason why I don't like listening to people and listening to fighters talk. We had this smoking, and I got matched against a guy that was a junior Olympic champion, and this shit took place at GTO. So when we was on the way, everybody in the van, they telling me about how good this guy is, because well, not but GTO and my gym, Garland Powell, they kind of like sister gyms a little bit, because both of them are predominantly Mexican. And a lot of them, they know each other. They used to work with each other. As a matter of fact, the guy that I was sparring, he used to work with the guy that was currently training me at that time. His name was Americo Santos, senior. And he used to train him. So when I'm going, they telling me all this shit, how good the motherfucker is. And that was the dirtiest motherfucker I ever been in the ring with. He was hitting me everywhere. In the back of my head, he was hitting me in the middle of my back. He was hitting me just all these different places. And I ain't gonna lie, like, listening to them tell me about how good he was, that kind of made me hesitant a little bit. I didn't fight the way I normally like to fight. But I'm gonna tell you, I got pissed off at him hitting me everywhere, all in the back of my head and shit. And I hit this motherfucker with a right hand. That was hard than a bitch. The motherfucker need a momento when I caught him with that right hand. And he already had a long neck. He had like an ET neck or something. When you hit him, it looked like his whole neck just stretched out and then it just snapped back. I hit that motherfucker hard, the bitch. I give him props though. He didn't go down. He stayed on his feet, but he had to get some time to get his shit together. You know what I'm saying? And that also made me kind of appreciate the coach that I had, because I don't really give him a lot of credit. I give most of the credit for the shit that I know about boxing to Coach Ball, Lynn the Bullet. You know what I'm saying? But this coach right here, he was very optimistic. So like it could be a lot of like bad shit that's going on in the ring, but he'll just focus in on that good part. So I'm in there, I'm having trouble with this guy. But the only thing he want to talk about is you hurt him. You know what I'm saying? You hurt him. Yeah, that's some smokers, man. Uh Mike Hennigan read them, scroll down. Black Stars Sports TV, salute to you. Warzone said, facts trade, once the chin go, the wind go. The brain ain't meant to take that down. That's square business. You got me thinking about James Kirkland, man. I don't want Hurd to turn into James Kirkland, man. Mike Hennigan said, I ran into Riddick Bowe about 2 weeks ago, and I couldn't understand a damn thing he was saying. I felt sorry for the brother. Yeah, that's part of the game, man. James Don said Hurd take too many punches, but Jacob's going to keep losing. He can't beat nobody, and he ain't a gatekeeper. What he fighting for? Well, yeah, that's why I said, like, I don't really expect him and Gamboa to be winning a bunch of big fights, but I don't really worry about their health the way I worry about Hurd's health. So that's why I lean towards Hurd. You know what I mean? D-Lo, hold on, who is this motherfucker? Claudio Mercer or some shit like that. D-Lo said, best wishes to the great Riddick Bowe. I heard today that he and Lennox have finally buried the hatchet. I respect that. That's square business, man. Them boxing rivalries and shit, them motherfuckers be going deep. You know what I'm saying? D-Lo said, Lubin got stopped and went right back to talking shit about the Charlos and has maintained his desire for a rematch while fighting his way back. I didn't even think about that. That's some square business shit, man. I didn't even think about that, man. You know what I'm saying? He didn't change his tune. That motherfucker stayed on his square. So yeah, I got respect for Lubin, man. A lot of people feel like the fight will go the same way as it did the first time. It might go the same way. I don't know. But I got respect for Lubin for the way that he done conducted himself since then. And I done seen him get hurt in a couple of fights. He got hurt in that fight. Who did that dude he fought? It wasn't Nathan Gallimore, was it? No, he fought the other guy. I can't think of the name of that guy. But he hurt him in the fight, though. He fought the dude that got beat by Charlo, Rosario. Rosario hurt Lubin in that fight. But shit, Lubin stayed tight and he came back with something and got his ass up out of there. So salute to Lubin. Black Star Sports TV said, thanks, fam. Love the channel. You guys keep it boxing, man. We definitely appreciate shit. We'll talk a little football and talk different sports too. Sometimes we might talk a little basketball or something. You know, Marlo like the basketball. Hyphy say, list the 3 fighters that most annoy you in 2022. The 3 fighters that most annoy me in 2022. What way do you mean? Like just any kind of annoying way? I guess I'm kind of annoyed with Chaaaamps right now because I want that Devin Haney fight. I don't really know enough about what go on behind the scenes to know who I'm supposed to be mad at, but from what I've been seeing, it seems like I'm supposed to be mad at Chaaaamps. So I'm gonna say Chaaaamps. I'm gonna also say Tank. I would say Tank Davis. Tank Davis annoys me because I'm about to be spending money on his pay-per-views and he ain't fighting no goddamn body. I was gonna pay for his fight against Rolly Romero. That shit fell through, so we paid for Pitbull. Now they trying to come back with Rolly Romero again. Put him in there with some real fucking fighters if I gotta spend my fucking money. Matter of fact, I'm putting him on number 1 on the list. And I can't just put all the blame on him. It's about his team too. You know what I'm saying? He's not the sole person making decisions, but just the whole situation. I don't like spending my money on no bullshit. So yeah, that annoys me. Who else annoyed me? I got him and Kevin
Ryan
Bosa.
Garcia for me.
Oh, Ryan guys. Who else? Who you said before?
Keith Thurman.
Why Keith Thurman annoy you? Because he be trying to get back in the mix.
And all that motherfucking shit he be, all that cap he be running. Motherfucker, history done came back around. Karma done came back around on his ass. He got no belts. He ain't got shit to speak up for his motherfucking self. You know what I'm saying? But being a former unified champion, that's all he got up under his name. Be calling out Crawford or none of them dudes. These dudes are fighting for undisputed. Right now, you just living off their name. As these motherfuckers might say, you look like you clout chasing right now, man. That's what annoyed me about Keith Thurman. He's full of it. You know what I'm saying? And this coming from a motherfucker that used to rock with him. Full of it, man. He be writing, his mouth be writing checks. His ass can't cash. This motherfucker at the goddamn poker table and shit, and he got to fight the next day. Motherfucker came to the fight with the same clothes he had on at the goddamn table. That motherfucker's annoying.
Why Ryan Garcia annoy you?
Cause that nigga's an Instagram model. That motherfucker is not no motherfucker. He ain't serious about the sport. All he do is sit on there and talk about his followers, bro. That motherfucker he ain't trying to get in no big fight. He just want his name to be involved in no big fight. That's why he annoying me. I feel like he another capper. All these cappers be the ones I'm gonna pick about being annoyed.
He like a cloud chaser.
Yeah, exactly. And it look like De La Hoya taught him that script. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's what De La Hoya got him for.
Warzone said that Fox robbery hurt my heart. Oh, you talking about little Michael Fox, the little brother?
Hey, my number 3 is that motherfucker Jaime Munguia. That motherfucker over there in the zone, they got all kinds of fights he can fight. And that motherfucker ain't fight no motherfucker fight.
He turning them down. That nigga be mandatory and be turning that shit down. Yeah, I'm gonna throw him on the list. That's a good one. I'm gonna throw Jaime Munguia on there. So I got Tank Davis because of the pay-per-view opponents, and I gotta spend my money on that shit. I got Chaaaamps, and I'm gonna go ahead and roll with who you just said. My motherfucking mind just went blank. Who you just say?
Jaime Munguia, we
Jaime
can.
Munguia be, that, motherfucker be mandatory and don't be wanting no fights, man. 'Cause, man, that motherfucker be, that motherfucker be mandatory and don't be wanting no fights, man. That motherfucker be mandatory and don't be wanting no fights, man. That motherfucker be mandatory and don't be wanting no fights, man. That motherfucker be mandatory and don't be wanting no fights, man. That motherfucker be mandatory and don't be wanting no fights, man. Let me scroll down. Yeah, Warzone said that Fox robbery hurt my heart. That shit was like it sparked like a chain reaction though. So it looked like the WBA is trying to reduce the amount of belts and shit, and that fight right there is a big reason for that. You know what I'm saying? So it looked like some good shit might be coming from it. D'Lo said number one, lying Ryan. Number two, lying and crying. Number three, big bluffing ass white. Yeah, T.O. is annoying. You know what? Just off I'm gonna take Ambosis off and I'm gonna put T.O. on. I'm gonna say Tank. I gotta spend that money. Just in the general spirit of the question, which is which fighter is annoying. Tiafimo is real fucking annoying. He's just generally annoying to me. Just to listen to him talk, his dad is annoying, all of that shit. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna say, yeah, and then we'll throw Hamid Mangia on at the end. Because he over there actively ducking smoke. Number one contender or fucking mandatory, whatever you call that shit, and he turning down fights. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's why I'm gonna roll with that. Delos, I think Lubin has action at stopping Fondor. That boy gets hit too easily, but both are capable of stopping each other. I agree with you. Yeah, y'all laugh. Yeah, that motherfucker did have a long ass fucking neck, man. The ET neck. Square minute. Look like the motherfucker, it looked like his shit snapped out like it stretched out 2 feet long or something. It seemed like I know that's like a gross exaggeration, but that's just what it looked like when I hit him. You know what I'm saying? Uh Hype said we may as well accept the fact that Lubin chin is equivalent to a woman's heart. It'll it'll always find ways to get hurt. Well, the guys that's hurting him though are power punchers. Like, he got knocked out against Charlo. Charlo, he hit down there anybody with a clean shot, especially a compact shot the way he landed on Lubin. Like that was like a very short, compact uppercut at the perfect angle. And then he got hurt against Rosario. They called the motherfucker banana because he got so much power. You know what I'm saying? So he known for punching hard. So when I see Lubin start getting hurt against people that don't hit that hard, I lean more towards what you're saying. But for right now, he getting hurt versus people that can really hit. So, I'm going to take that into consideration. Hypey said this is how dumb Ryan Garcia is. He's going to have Joe Goosen commuting 3.5 hours each way to train him. How could that possibly be a good trainer choice? Well, shit, man, they going to have to get their shit together. That just seemed like an assumption. I don't know if he going to have the motherfucker commuting 3.5 hours or not. I don't know what they training arrangements are, but just looking at the type of coach that Joe Goosen is, I think he can be good for a fighter like Ryan Garcia. Pretty boy, clout chaser, Instagram model. And you got a hard nosed, no nonsense type of coach like Joe Goosen. I think they could be good for him. But yeah, I don't know they training accommodations or plans or none of that shit. DeCane said Leo Santa Cruz with his Gary Russell phobia is annoying. Suddenly want to unify after Gary lost. Fuck that dude. I don't give a fuck about none of his fight.
Iceberg Nerd, salute, bro. Hey, Hyphy, they gonna do virtual training.
Yeah, I guess he's saying he know where they at. They in California. So I guess he's
Yeah,
saying
Ryan Garcia from California. He from like Victorville or some shit.
yeah. So I guess Hypey saying he know the lay of the land to know what the motherfucker have to go through. But shit, it seems like if they square business, man, they gonna have to get their shit together where they ain't traveling no 3.5 hours and no shit like that. That don't even make sense. You know what I'm saying? So I think they will. But shit, we pretty much accomplished our goal, man. We just want to come here and chop it up a little bit. We ended up staying on it bit. How long we been on?
2 hours.
Yeah. So yeah, we came and accomplish what we came to do. You want to go and shut it down?
Yes, sir.
She go ahead and shut it down, man. Definitely appreciate y'all coming through. We had to talk a little shit about them rounds and shit because me and Marlo did pick them. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna try to come back with something, man. We might come back with something tomorrow. I don't know. It depends on what Marlo got going on. If not, we're gonna come back with something next weekend. We got the what is that? Kell Brook versus Amir Khan fight. We probably ain't gonna be calling it because the shit early in the day. It's in the UK and it's on its own. But we'll probably come just chop it up or something and just kick it a little bit. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't gonna talk y'all to death, man. Much love to everybody. Salute.
Salute, salute. Hey man, y'all already know. Hey yeah, we gonna do something tomorrow, man. Y'all come get on the panel. Y'all come get on the panel, man. Some new faces and voices on new channels and voices on the panel. And chop it up with it, man. Trey got some unless he got some trivia questions going on. But y'all already know, man, it's always love, it's always fun and shit sharing each other's opinions. Chopping it up about this boxing, man. Shout out to the round, bring that championship to the land. You know what I'm saying? But y'all enjoy the rest of y'all night. Until next time, don't forget to tell them haters and trolls, the fuck out my gym.
You heard him.
Peace. Hey, shout out to all the members, man. Y'all be holding us down, man. And motherfuckers super chat, man, and the motherfucking membership, man. Definitely appreciate y'all.
100.